All right, folks, welcome back to episode 42 of the Ginge Ball Podcast. Obviously, we had a national championship that was won by the Michigan Wolverines. We had a college basketball coaching hire that scratched some heads, maybe. And then we had some stuff from the NBA. We had a little affair talk in the NFL world. And then we have the Masters starting this week. But first, Beck, Ryan, how we doing?
Doing terrific, man. Jackie Robinson episode. Not a lot of podcasts make it to this point, so you gotta hold that privilege high.
That privilege.
That's a facto. Ready to roll. It is the Wednesday before Augusta. Very excited. Ready to get into it.
Yeah. And folks, we had a national championship game in college basketball. First of all, let's start with that. That kind of was a weird one in a way that I don't think it unfolded the way that we thought. Not in the terms of the outcome, of course, with Michigan, who was dominant throughout the season. But if you would have told me that they were going to shoot 2 for 15 from three and get out rebounded by UConn going into this and shoot worse than 40% from the floor in general, and that they would win this game, I would just think you're crazy. But that's what happened in this one. How did this all unfold, and what were your guys' reactions to the Natty Monday night?
The thing that jumped out at me the most is just the level of defense and effort that was being played by both of these squads. They were all just flying around. I feel like the refs let them play, which I was definitely cool with. I'd rather there be more contact uncalled than a super touchy game that you hear whistle blown every 5 minutes. So I thought it was refed well. Both teams were just all over the place, flying around on defense. Michigan obviously could not shoot the basketball. I was very impressed with UConn's game plan. I even thought their offensive action was very good for the most part. I mean, that just kudos to Hurley. Every UConn game you watch, you're going to see some special offensive action from them that I feel like other teams in college basketball are not capable of. Went more or less how I expected it to. Obviously got hooked on the Michigan -6.5. That one hurts the old bank account. But very good game. I enjoyed it. I was slightly concerned we were going to get a Michigan runaway a little bit. So from an entertainment perspective, I was very, very happy with this game and with the tournament as a whole. Just on a big picture level, I thought very good tournament for the most part.
Yeah, I'm thrilled that this game was a game because it felt like at the start, it's 9-4 Michigan. They are controlling the whole game. UConn's not getting any looks they like. I thought they were going to run away with it there, but then UConn kind of controls the majority of the first half from there. Hurley said it himself. The game did feel like it turned on that call that got upgraded to a flagrant when UConn's up 23-21 at that point. Michigan ends up going into the break with a 5-point lead, I want to say 33-28. But yeah, like Ryan said, what stood out is just the overall effort level. I mean, guys were flying around. Midway through the second half, that game for a 3 to 4 minute stretch there was it was crazy. It was probably the most physicality I've ever seen. It felt like a Big East game, which, UConn struggled a little bit more this year within Big East play, especially against a St. John's. That felt like a St. John's UConn kind of game. And for Michigan, it probably felt like a Big Ten game, more or less. So different feel for both of these teams than they've played throughout the tournament. What kind of stood out to me, I mean, the foul trouble really hurt UConn. Solo ball, Silas Demery, both of them getting in trouble. You had to see a lot of Malachi Smith in this game. And I really feel like the foul trouble with solo ball hurt the most because to me, UConn's offensive action, he's the one who felt like was generating at least the best shot attempts, in terms of most open shots. He's the most athletic guy they have. Mullins too. Mullins' athleticism really stood out in this game.
I was just going to add that when you're talking about solos, shot creation, every time Mullins was bending around a screen and shooting, I was like, yeah, bucket every single time.
Yeah, and he had a couple big ones late that really got him close. I mean, they were a Caravan shot away from making this a 1-point game. But to the point with Caravan, Michigan did a great job making, he had the fucking work for everything, man. Even 3-point attempts that he got that were open. I mean, he's running around for, more than half the shot clock at that point. And I felt like you really felt that, especially with not having solo ball on the floor. like Carabin, how much he had to work for a look, that's what killed them in the end, I feel like. And UConn and Michigan struggled on that same end of the floor shooting the ball, but Carabin could get a couple more easy looks. I feel like UConn ends up winning this game
Yeah.
because again, like the box score stats favor UConn a lot in this game. For Michigan, they really felt the injury to Yaxel in this one too. Like he couldn't
Yeah.
assert himself offensively at all until like the very end of the game. He gets a couple buckets where he just, he's like puts his head down and says, "I'm getting this one way or another." But Michigan's best player in this game to me was Merez Johnson, and then Elliot Cadeau was very good as well. But Merez Johnson's
That was
just
sick.
overall action, physicality. I mean, he was everywhere in this game, and Michigan really felt Mara struggle. Like Mara was struggling for a majority of this game,
Mhm.
and I mean, he got played off the court for a little bit. But Merez Johnson, like he was the steady force for them all game, and Elliot Cadeau brought some scoring punch that they really needed because they didn't get any from Burnett, Gale. Like those guys didn't give them any pop. Again, Yaxel as well that I mentioned. So Merez Johnson being able to impact this game on both ends of the floor was, what I think put Michigan over the top.
Yeah, I think one thing that you both kind of touched on there that I think was important from this game is like I think we saw the game unfold the only possible way that I think UConn could have won this game, and they still weren't able to do it. And not even really like I know that the game was close and like a few plays go a different way, and maybe we're sitting here with another crazy comeback from them. But like I don't know how you felt. I never really felt Michigan was in like real threat at any given point in that game. Like I know the Carabin shot, if that falls, it's a 1 point game. I still felt I felt like that lead felt safe to me for the entirety of that game. And this
I'm
was
with
the
you.
only
I'm
this
with you.
was the only formula for UConn to make this a real game. You needed Michigan to shoot poorly. You needed Mara to not play well. You needed them to not dominate the paint and not out rebound you. And you got all those things and you still end up losing by 6. I think it's a great game plan by Hurley. I think they did what they had to do. They really did. I just think the disparity in talent between UConn and Michigan throughout this season and in this game, even with a hampered Yaxel Endeborg, you see that just like you get not the worst possible Michigan, but you get like a C minus D plus Michigan game, and they're cutting down the nets. Like
Yeah.
it's truly incredible. And I have a few stats here on Michigan that I wrote down after the game. So over the course of the season, they were top 4 offense, number 1 defense. They were the first team with their top 3 scorers 6'9" or above. They were the second team to ever hit 2 or less 3-pointers in a national championship and still win it. The other was 2011 UConn. And they're the first team to have an all-transfer starting 5 to win the Natty. So in a lot of ways, this Michigan team is kind of a trailblazer. And they're a team that might set the stage for what college basketball team building looks like in the future.
100%.
And it's just an incredible job start to finish from Dusty May. Can't give him enough credit for. I know people are going to point to the fact that he had a big NIL budget and he put together a team of transfers, but there are
Get used
plenty of
to it.
other colleges that have a lot of NIL money that didn't do anything close to this. Kentucky is one of them. So huge credit to Dusty and that Michigan team. Just an incredible
Yeah,
job.
and especially when you get the results out of a Cadeau that you get.
Yes.
Like that's a
Yeah.
guy that
Exactly
a
what I
lot
was
of people
gonna say.
didn't want.
Him at UNC last year is a completely different
The last 2 years.
version
Yeah.
of this player. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look across the team. It's Merez Johnson was an Illinois role player. Ade Mara is a guy that Mick Cronin kind of gave up on at UCLA. Elliot Cadeau, never really reached his potential at UNC. Got played out of an NCAA tournament game against Bama 2 years ago. Like these are guys that they took chances on. Yaxel Lendeborg, I know, unreal season at UAB last season, but a guy from UAB, like this wasn't like assembling an all-star team of the best players in the transfer portal. It was getting guys who fit what you want to do and making it all work. And it was a masterclass from Dusty May. And I've run out of words to say about Dusty and what he's building at Michigan. And I think as long as he stays at Michigan, I know people are starting to, talk about how he could go to the NBA in the future. And I could see that happening. But for now, he's a Michigan man, and I think they're going to build something special there.
Same here. And do you think it's going to be hard for him to get NIL recruits now? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, people are going to be
soon, yeah.
dying to play for this guy. I think Michigan and Duke are going to be like head
Yes.
above shoulders of everybody else in terms of like being able to bring in NIL talent. And yeah, they got a real chance to build something special here. Like might be looking at like a Villanova, 2 out of 3 year run, or even a UConn now, like where you go back to back. Like that's a possibility. It's a heavy possibility. In terms of Dusty May going to the NBA, just because I think it's a funny conversation. I can't. Brad Stevens and him are the same age. Just to put in
That is
perspective, like
wild.
what Brad Stevens did back in 15 years ago at Butler. I
Yeah.
mean, the guy was like 30 years old. So probably gonna have to be sooner than later if he wants to go to the
Yeah.
NBA. But yeah, I think you got at least 3 years of him at Michigan coming forward here, where you probably should expect like a championship,
Yeah.
another one in the next 3 years. So yeah, kudos to him. And I mean, winning a game where the box score looks like this is a big testament to him as well.
Yeah, and I mean, you touched on it. I mean, they're gonna have some very, very good basketball players back on the team next year. They're gonna have Trey McKinney back, who was kind of a six man this year as a freshman, and will probably have
Microwave.
yeah, and will probably have a much bigger role next year. You'll get Cadeau back. He was only a junior, as long as he stays, which I don't know why he would leave. And then LJ Kaysen, who tore his ACL and missed the end of that season, which I thought was going to be a much bigger factor. That was honestly played a huge role in why I didn't pick Michigan as my title team. It just ended up not mattering that like maybe their
Mhm.
best role player off the bench got hurt and like missed the entirety of the tournament. They still win the Natty.
And the
But
guard
yeah,
you trust the most. Like guard play matters a lot in this tournament. It's a
yeah.
huge shout out to Godot for, turning things around.
Yeah, I mean, Cadeau, you mentioned that Merez was probably the player of the game in the Natty, and I agree with you. I think even though Cadeau's counting numbers looked better than Merez's, I think Merez was the difference maker. Especially his intensity and defense late in that game was ridiculous. Like I remember that shot he pinned off the backboard with like a couple minutes left. That just stands out to me as a key moment in that game. And then, but Cadeau throughout the tournament and especially in the Final Four in that Arizona game, he really set the tone for me. Like
100%.
what he was doing in terms of creation and in terms of just like a swagger and a confidence, it really, really, really like just took Arizona out of the game early in that one. And they were just really never able to make that competitive. Like that to me, I know this was the Natty, but that Arizona blowout win, that's the crowning moment for this Michigan team. Like that, how
Yeah,
impressive a
they bullied the
performance
shit
that
out of them.
was. Yeah. And that's a
Yeah.
damn good Arizona team, dude. Like that's one of the best college basketball teams we've seen in the last decade. And they made them look a league below. Like
Yeah, what a
unbelievable.
disappointment from Arizona. I just want
Yeah.
to reiterate that. Like, boy, did they just not show up to the party at all. Out of character stuff, I don't know. Like, obviously, the credit is to Michigan, but also just like afraid to shoot the basketball for a lot of the beginning of the first half, which is pretty much when the game was over. Like, second half really didn't matter, but just disappointing from because obviously we talked about how anticipated that matchup was going to be and how excited everyone was for that because literally not figuratively it was like two of the top five teams of all time matching up
Yeah.
against each other. So unlucky for the viewers that that was such a stinker, but I put a lot of that blame on all the blame on Arizona for really not showing up. They got absolutely punked in that game.
Yeah, I mean, Braden Burris doesn't score till 30 minutes into the game. Um,
Yeah.
what's their big man's last name again? Krikos or
Krivas.
Krivas? Yeah, Krivas was a ghost, and Jaden Bradley was playing like an
Yeah,
idiot.
man.
Horrendous, just
I
horrendous.
I can't believe the performance he had, dude. Just great. Like in a game where creation is hard
Bizarre.
to come by and buckets are hard to come by, you being, I mean, in that game probably would have been their best creator had he been on the floor. You have three fouls. Your coach trusts you to stay on the floor, which, I mean, at that point they were down considerably. I don't mind
Yeah,
Tommy
I don't
Lloyd's
think. Yeah,
decision
I
to
don't think
keep him
you
in
can
that
put that
game.
on Lloyd at
Uh,
all.
to reach and then get behind Cadeau and then continue to be physical with him in the lane when you have three fouls. Just
Yeah, it's not even
beyond
an effort
idiotic.
foul. It's just a complete frustration foul.
It's an idiotic foul. Like I
I
don't
feel
know where
like
his head's at.
I feel like I know exactly where his head's at because I feel like you see like young kids do that shit in like high school basketball when they're so like riled up and like they're kind of looking to get more angry. So they do some shit and see if the official will call it so they can freak the hell out. I literally feel like that's what he was doing. It got so far in his head that his frustration just completely took him out of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it comes out of disbelief. Probably they haven't been punked like that at all this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
They hadn't been down more than 12 points all year. So
I mean, I'd love to see how many like 1-1 matchups in the tournament have ever been that
I mean,
lopsided.
it's the largest margin of victory between two one seeds, at
Okay,
least
yeah,
in the
there you
Final
go.
Four history.
Well,
And
that's
that's
when
the
they'd
only
have to
time. Yeah,
play.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're right. So, yeah,
Once
never
again,
see.
shout out,
And it
shout
wasn't
out
even that
Howard.
close, man. I mean, like this was
Shout
a
out
No, it
Howard.
would
30
have been.
point
I mean,
blowout.
dude, they put in the
Realistically,
walk-ons.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
it was
crazy.
it was much worse than the 18 it ended up being. It
It,
was
it,
like
it should have
30
been
plus.
30 plus. Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out Howard again. In my book, that's the lowest margin of
Yeah, no,
victory
seriously,
Michigan
shout
had.
out
Well,
Howard showing out to
until the
the fucking
championship,
IG
of
too.
course. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Howard. Yeah, shout out to Howard Faithful on IG. Dear
Yeah,
God.
we stand up. We stand
We
up for you, Howard.
reposted that in the Howard NIL Collective, showing some love with the repost. So shout out Howard. This is now a
Get some
Howard podcast.
transfers. Get
Yeah,
some transfers to
go
Howard. We're
get out
building.
there. Get out
yeah.
We're
there and
building
sign with
something
Howard.
special.
man, you got a donor right here. If you're trying to get that budget up, like let's be real, we're here.
What was the kid, Mikey Williams? Didn't he
Let's see.
he committed to
Absolutely.
Howard?
Yeah,
At first?
I don't co-sign Mikey Williams, so I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it was Howard. I think it was another
Yeah, but Howard has motion.
historically black college, and then
HBCU.
he did some bad things.
that reminds me, Hunter. Another topic we should add is the Memphis hotels.
Oh yeah, jeez. I don't know
Did you
how
see
we.
what Je-
I
did you
don't know
see
how we
what,
segue to that.
Do you see what B Hen posted?
Yeah, I mean the bathtub being brown's
Yeah.
pretty fucking crazy.
He fried that guy, dude.
Doc Holliday is like the Memphian who always speaks on anything that's
Yeah,
comes
he
to
probably
us.
should have kept quiet on this one.
That was crazy
I
work.
respect it though.
But shout out to Michigan and shout out to UConn. I think lost in this conversation is the fact that they had a very, very good win over Illinois in the Final Four. A game that they controlled, a game where Illinois made a little run late. Keaton Wagler hits a three where you kind of go, oh, fuck. Like, are they crumbling here? They're nails in the end of that one. They finish it off. Solo Ball was good in that game. Terrace Reed as well. But shout out to UConn. Shout out to Michigan. I think they're building something. But another bit of news from the college basketball world that I wanted to get to was a really unexpected hire from UNC. So we had mentioned a couple pods ago the names that we sort of considered to be in the mix for the UNC job, and those were, the Nate Oates of the world, Otzelberger
Tommy
from
Lloyd.
Iowa State, Billy Donovan. I never really bought Tommy Lloyd, but that name was thrown out there. Obviously, Dusty and Golden were thrown out there. I didn't really consider those three for the job, but Mike Malone out of nowhere is your new North Carolina Tar Heels basketball coach. What was your guys' reaction to this? And did you see this coming, like even a little bit?
Did not see it coming at all.
0%.
But the perfect hire to me, like the absolute perfect hire. I think this is going to be a slam dunk for them. Like this is exactly what they needed. A guy who's been there, done that, won at the NBA level. Daughter plays volleyball at UNC, so
Should have
that's
like
probably
never
the
got
connection.
fired from the Nuggets. Honestly,
Sets it over the edge. And yeah, you totally agree. Should never have been fired from the Nuggets. But I think he is a guy, like he's from Long Island. I think he's going to relate well to, college level kids as opposed to like other NBA coaches where I don't think this would work out. Still think he's young enough where that's like age isn't like a factor where, the time's ticking right away for him at UNC. I think this is a slam dunk hire. Like I'm really thrilled for them. And I think this is exactly the type of, philosophy that they should have gone with. And I think this is exactly the type of personality that they should have looked to hire. And I think he's going to be great. Not sure if it's going to be right away year one, just because you don't know how that works out with the portal and him getting used to that. But I think year two and beyond of the Mike Malone experience here, it's going to be, the UNC, maybe not. I mean, Roy Williams is one of the top 10 college coaches of all time, but I think he'll bring him back miles above where Hubert Davis had them at the end of his tenure. So I love this hire.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know if I go as far as Beck just because my only question with it is I do feel like he was kind of a little bit of a hard ass in the NBA. And I feel like that obviously he's a successful coach, but I do think kind of part of him getting fired was maybe that he started to rub some players the wrong way.
But I
Now
feel like, yeah,
I think that plays much better in
so
college
do I.
because those guys are more so looking to be coached. They're not, well, actually they some of them are multimillionaires now,
Yeah, could change.
but for the most part, they're obviously not as rich and as kind of like I don't have to listen to you as NBA player are going to be at that stage of their career. But I'm definitely in on it. I kind of like that you're not just poaching a big name from another program. I kind of like going off the beaten path a little bit. And I mean, there's absolutely no questioning his basketball acumen. I mean, he's a proven winner, proven good coach in the NBA. So I like it. I think it pretty much just depends on how's he going to recruit and how's he going to handle the portal. I'm definitely with Beck on that. It might take a year or two for that to kind of smooth itself over and them to find a roster that's ready. Because it's I mean, college is tough when you get hired and right away you're in the portal.
Yeah.
So that's a hard transition. So maybe temper expectations a little bit for this first year, but overall, I like it a lot. And with him not coaching since then, I feel like he's going to come in with some juice and some energy to get them back to where they should be.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting one. I really, the more I think about it, the more I understand it from Mike Malone's perspective. Because, like, when I first saw this news, I was like, okay, that's a great coach. I don't really know why Mike Malone put his hat in the ring for this. And then the more I thought about it, if you're an NBA coach, especially one who did a good job, won a title, and then was ousted from your organization,
And has gotten hired. Like
well, and
how?
also you probably want more input on personnel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna have like you can be a pseudo GM in addition to being the head coach as a
Totally.
college basketball coach.
Yeah.
And
I
so
mean, I
like,
think that's the reason he got fired. I think it was the front office.
well, that it
Yeah.
was 100%
Yeah. That's
was, and they
definitely
ended up
butting
a
heads.
big
firing
piece of it.
they ended up firing Calvin Booth too. So I mean, it was a whole organizational restructure in Denver. But I wonder almost if this will become a new trend where NBA coaches who maybe want a bit more autonomy and feel like they're stuck in like, a power struggle with their GMs, maybe they start to go to the college game and see that as an outlet to like, as this becomes a more professionalized game, they might feel more at home in the college game and feel like I can be a GM and a coach here and just run this program. And we know that college coaches just get more screen time. They're seen as like the face of a program. When you think of Duke and you think of UNC, your first thought isn't players. It's Coach K, it's Roy Williams. For UConn, it's Hurley, it's Calhoun. College coaches have so much more autonomy and like face value.
Fame. Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's really alluring to guys who maybe are like on the outskirts of the NBA circles, but Malone feels like a guy who
That
would have
should
been
be
in the
in.
running for an NBA job. So
I
it's
I
wonder
mean,
if he like
I
got
sure
calls
he definitely
and was
did.
like, nah, yeah. Because I
And,
mean, like, dude, I can think of like 20 teams coaches I'd rather
yeah,
have
I
Mike
mean
Malone than.
yeah,
the
the
Bulls.
Grizzlies, for example, Thomas
Yeah.
Isolo. Get the fuck out of here.
Sixers, the
Sixers,
Bucks.
yeah. The
Doc
Sixers after
Rivers
the
is out here
season.
bringing up his resume to his players. I don't know if you guys saw that, but holy
Yeah,
hell,
Yeah, I
man.
mean
Doc,
he's long
he's a
gone. Yeah.
caricature
funny
of
stuff. And
himself.
I don't want to give Doc any screen time on this podcast, so
Let's
I'll
go. That's so
disregard that.
special.
Do you think potentially though? I mean, as I mentioned earlier, his daughter's at UNC. She's a sophomore, plays
Yes.
volleyball there. Do you see him using this as a stepping stone to get back into the NBA
Yeah,
as well? Like,
for sure. I think that could be part of it. I do also think like the
Why
project's
though?
I
I
think
was
the
gonna bring
project's
this up.
alluring to him though. Just
I was gonna
the
bring this
UNC
up when you guys
project
were
in
talking
general.
about Dusty. Like, like, why? Why would you want to leave college right now to go to the NBA? That's my question. You're not getting more money.
I think it's almost like when you
I
think
agree with the point,
about,
Ryan.
but like think
Like,
about
look
like
at
if
Billy
you're in,
Donovan. Yeah,
yeah, but Billy Donovan's
great,
just
great
not
time
as
in the
good of a
league.
coach as Mike Malone was in the NBA. Like Mike
Well, no,
Malone is,
I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, like, look what happened when he jumped from college to the
yeah,
NBA. Like, he's had a
for sure,
miserable run. Like,
for sure. And
I don't get why, especially now with NIL being a thing, because the college is moving more towards an NBA type atmosphere than it used to be. So I just don't see why I'd want to leave a top flight program in college to go coach some mid tier to bottom tier NBA team.
I
really
completely agree. I
I
don't
don't
think
see
it's
the
a
allure
step
at
up anymore.
all. Yeah,
Like
I don't either. I think
you
it's
would,
a horizontal step.
yeah, 10 years ago, you would look at it as like a promotion or, a
Totally.
better gig. Yeah, I agree with you though. At this point, I don't
It,
see it.
it's
If
it's the
anything, it's a
highest.
step down with Adam Silver fucking
It's the
running the show.
highest. It's the highest level of basketball at the end of the day. Like, there's a reason that Dan
Yes.
Hurley in an interview last week said, "I don't rule out going to the NBA." Guys want to
Dude,
get to the NBA. That's
can
the
you
highest
imagine?
level of
Can
basketball.
you imagine if Hurley took that Lakers job a year ago or
He would
whenever
have
that was?
flamed out. Like,
Yeah,
Dude,
no, it'd be
can
the
you
greatest thing.
If
It'd be the
Hurley
greatest
ever
thing that ever
becomes
happened in the NBA.
if Hurley
Can
ever
you
becomes an NBA
imagine
coach, I
him
don't think he's
coaching
going
a
to do a
team
good
with
job.
LeBron? Like that would have been the funniest shit. Like I literally can't picture it.
Because
Yeah.
he's a nightmare. Like,
I can't believe that
college
almost happened.
coaches like that, and like you said about Mike Malone, part of the reason he was ousted from Denver also probably because he rubbed shoulders with guys and they didn't like, the way he treated them. The Coach Cal's of the world, the Dan Hurley's of the world, guys who treat their players in the way they do, say what you will about it. In the NBA with grown ass men, that same shit doesn't fly. And like at some point,
Yeah.
no matter how good of a game planner you are, no matter how good your sets are, that shit will catch up to you.
Honestly, dude, what is the point of coaches in the NBA in like 2026? Seriously, I don't think people past the age of 25 are listening the direction from a coach. You already
No,
know everything about
I don't
basketball you
fully
need
disagree.
to.
I feel like there's
Yeah.
a group of like 5 coaches and then that are helping their team, and then there's the rest of them.
Yeah, but seriously, like, there's no way you could tell me like Greg Popovich would be as successful as he was if he started his career nowadays compared to that. It's just it's a completely different generation of people, and I don't think anybody's listening to direction from coaches. I mean, you see a guy like Brian Keefe in Washington.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
that's
not
crazy.
they're not listening to a word he says.
You see
Unless
that
you have
video?
a fucking resume where you've actually accomplished something and has to be in the recent future. In the
Like
case
Doc.
of Doc Rivers, where 2008, we aren't respecting that anymore. You have to like have had sustained success within recent memory for players to even give a shit about what you say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that video of Keefe in that timeout is so funny, dude.
Tough.
They're like Champagny and Gill are like Anthony Gill at the scene of the crime again. But they're laughing in the back while he's just like sitting there twiddling his thumbs. And I mean, maybe this is where we get into the Kings thing, because I mean the
Yeah,
other
might as
thing
well.
with those situations is like, if you're that coach in that situation where you literally have a clear directive from your front office to tank and that you want to lose games, what's the fucking point of you getting all amped up in a timeout and trying to get your guys to get going? Because like
Yeah, fuck that.
you're gonna get the call down from the owner's box that you need to lose. So like, yeah, it's tough. And the reason I bring this up is obviously Doug Christie and the Kings had one of the most heinous. I mean, the Jazz won earlier this season where they're up in that game and they rest Laurie, Triple J, and their entire team and end up, I think, still
So
winning
sick.
that game, but like really, really going for
I
that
mean, they've
long.
done this shit like 15 times this season, so it stopped being a storyline. Like
Yeah.
the Jazz are insane with this too.
Yeah. But Doug Christie obviously does it with the Kings. For you guys, what is the role of a coach on these tanking teams, and like how much do you put on them in this? Like how much are those guys specifically?
I put 0 on them because, I mean, at the end of the day, man, a lot of these guys are hired just so they can be the coach during their shit days and get fired before they even turn it around. So as a coach, like, I don't feel, the need to even do what Christie does. Like, do you think Doug Christie's going to be the coach after this year? Fuck no. He's going to get fired.
And will
So
he ever
at the
be?
end of the day, I'm just going to not listen to the front office and try to win as much as I can. Like, fuck that. With
But that'll get you fired too.
Yeah, but he's not, like, Doug Christie's not getting another
Beck's
NBA
trying to
coaching
put good
job.
stuff on tape
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
for the other teams.
So why am I listening to the
Jordy
most
Fernandez?
dysfunctional, a top 3 dysfunctional organization? I can't say the most outright because there's teams like the Wizards and the Nets.
I think
Yeah,
they're
there's
more
a-
functional than
there's cer-
Sacramento.
They're certainly
Yeah,
up there.
exactly. But the Kings have had
I mean,
more
the Kings
success
have traded
recently.
Halliburton.
But yes, to my
tough.
point, like, they're dysfunctional as fuck, and like, he's got to know that he's not going to last. So fuck that. I'm not listening to what I'm hearing from what's his name? Vivek?
Yeah, Vivek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
My
fuck
thing
that.
with that is like
I see both.
it's tough because yes, you
Or
don't want
Jeremy
to
Lamb.
listen. Yeah, right. He's running the show. You don't want to go outside like that. You don't want to just be the guy who takes the team to the tank. But it's an impossible situation because if you do win too many games, you're going to get fired because that's not the direction of the franchise and that's not what they
Yeah, there's
want.
nothing good about being 30 and 50.
And like, but if you do listen, you're also going to get fired when the team starts to try to win again. And then all you have to show other teams is that tenure that was miserable. So it's really an impossible spot. And
Well,
maybe,
that might be the ticket. That might be the ticket. It might be like the new market inefficiency, like backup quarterbacks under the radar making 10 million a year. You're just the tank guy. The next
yeah.
team that
Well, that's
tanks,
the thing.
bring in our boy.
Well, you know what's
He'll lose
weird?
us 70
All
games.
right, that's a good devil's advocate
And
point.
you know
'Cause
what's
I like that.
let's go back. But you know what's weird, and it shows kind of like the ideology of American sports versus the rest of the world is in soccer. This is that what you just said is kind of a thing, but in like a winning way. It's there's managers in English soccer that are like the relegation guys who you bring in to save you at the end of a relegation
Yeah,
season, where you're like on the brink,
on
and
the
there's
bubble.
like these three guys that always get hired because they're notorious for bringing teams like right in and like they're
Yeah.
saving them. But in American sports, it's like
It's like, no,
the
we need
guys
to
you
get
get
as
will take
low
you
as
down.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that just shows you exactly what you need to know about.
The one part about being egregious with the tanking that I love is just like sticking it to Adam.
Yeah,
I'd
that's what we
send
were
four.
talking about.
I'd send four guys out there on the court. Like I wouldn't give a fuck.
Mm.
I love how much it embarrasses him, and especially with them trying to really crack down on it now. I feel like I'd get real fucked up with it while you still
Yeah.
have the chance.
I'm all for sticking for Adam or sticking it to Adam Silver.
Sticking
I
up
just
for
got.
him.
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like the lottery is rigged. So,
Well, yeah, that's also a
like
good
if you're
point.
going to be the most unethical tanker, like first
You
of
may
all,
not
you
get
you may get
rewarded.
ousted out of the league like Henke did, and Henke wasn't even like unethical to me.
No, the
Um,
Sixers got
yeah.
one first pick in the whole
Yeah.
process.
Second, you're probably not going to get rewarded by him and his dictatorship. You're probably going to end up with the seventh pick because the
Yep.
lottery odds are so stupid that the team that's like the 10th worst every year ends up getting the number one pick, or at least it feels like that. So yeah, I would probably try to be the most, try to finesse it, be the most under the radar, sneaky
Jordy
tanking
Fernandez,
team.
Will Hardy.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
Memphis
mean,
Grizzlies.
uh,
And just let's get shit on for our hotel, and hopefully that's our
Adam feels bad
humiliation
for us.
ritual,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we
Yeah.
end up with the number one pick. Save the Ritz Carlton or
what do you,
whatever
The
the
Westin.
hotel is.
It's
now
the
that you
Westin,
brought
yeah.
that up, yeah, now that you brought that up, what do you think about the NBA guys shitting on that hotel in like Memphis and Milwaukee
I've been
and
there.
some of
It's
these
a
cities?
it's a nice hotel to somebody who's not an NBA player, but I can definitely see a prima donna NBA player being mad about it.
I see both sides. Like from the videos that I've seen, like it looks like a perfectly nice hotel, but like also the B Hen clip is pretty damning. Like the bath filling up with literal shit water, like that's tough. And I'm sure there's like it seems like there's a good amount of stories that like kind of corroborate that obviously there's something that's not great about the hotel.
Mhm.
But like for a normal person, it's like a perfectly fine hotel, safe from like I'm sure that's a very low percentage of the time that they have big issues like that. But also the people that were like coming after LeBron saying like, oh, like he hates black people because he doesn't like men. Like, bro, he just doesn't like that hotel. Like
Yeah.
Also,
really,
he's mad
really that
Kush Ice-T
simple.
got loud about Bronny. Like that's a
Oh,
big
fuck.
thing, under the hood thing.
Ulterior
fuck.
motives.
But yeah, I mean, as a fan, like I kind of love that hotel. You're literally 500 feet from the
Yeah.
stadium.
Yeah,
like,
that is dope. But that's something that NBA
Yeah.
players could probably
Yeah.
care
Yeah,
less
they
about.
don't care.
But
Yeah,
that
the
is
hot-
pretty cool.
Yeah, the hotel should probably just like it's shit that people would notice. You got to make renovations. Like the hotel shouldn't even have a fucking bathtub, man. And the shower's like not like a normal like
Yeah,
walk-in
seriously,
shower
from a
that you get in
management
like a
perspective.
high end.
Yeah, make it easy.
It's just
Yeah.
like the noticeable shit they could definitely upgrade. But as a fan,
We're
it's
now
not
a
just the hotel
hospitality
that
podcast.
people are speaking on. Like it's besides Beale Street, there's not much
Yeah,
to do. So I'll be honest with you. Like I toured the University of Memphis. Like that was a place I thought about going for a little bit, and then you tour the campus, and you're like, dude, what the fuck is this, man? Like,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Following in
Like,
James Wiseman's
yeah,
footsteps.
there's not much to
that would
do
have
in
been
the
special.
city.
The
as,
house
like,
that James built.
the average person's not.
The house that Penny built.
Is
Yeah.
Penny still there?
No,
right?
he's out.
Okay, yeah. Talk about a tough
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
Started hot and then
Get
really
Coach
ugly.
Cal back.
Yeah. Coach, that would be crazy special. Yeah, but I just thought it was weird coming from LeBron because LeBron's the like impenetrable character guy that like you see, especially considering what happened with like Tiger and what MJ has done throughout his post basketball career. Like LeBron
What
is
happened with
one,
Tiger?
yeah, we're not retreading those grounds. But you see so many legends of the game go down really dark paths or just have like an incident or two that are nightmarish. And like LeBron has just never been in any of that stuff. And it's weird for him to be the guy to be like, yeah, fuck Memphis, fuck Milwaukee. Like,
Yeah, I think that's a fair point to like that he should probably recognize his influence because
He's a billionaire at this point.
definitely
Like,
feels
yeah,
like
I think
that's
he's
something
losing
he's
like
been,
touch
yeah.
with
he's
reality.
been very cognizant of before. I feel like you usually wouldn't hear him say blanket state. So like shitting on a city, like a whole city like that is kind of tough, even though I think he kind of didn't mean the whole city. I feel like he was just talking about.
oh, so he's talking shit on a golf course, like everything.
Yeah, I was
being
gonna
okay
say
now,
he was
like,
showing out for the
Yeah.
BDS boys. Like he,
Yeah,
you
kinda
could tell
was.
he was trying to. Dude, he was throwing ass for those fellas. I'll tell you that. But yeah, like he probably should not have made a blanket statement like that. But also, people love taking things way too far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like who cares, man?
I mean,
doesn't like the hotel.
he won't play another game like on a road trip to Memphis in his career.
Yeah, he doesn't
Guaranteed.
have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'll never have to worry about playing there in the
Wow,
playoffs.
Beck, is that a threat?
No, it's not.
Beck's
It's
putting up the goons.
if it's a threat to the Memphis Grizzlies organization to get their shit together.
Yeah. Beck says he won't step foot. We have shooters on site.
No,
Well, LeBron
you
didn't
think
check
LeBron
in.
gives a fuck about playing the
Yeah, no.
organization led by Zach Kleiman and Thomas Isolo? No, nobody gives it. Like
Zach Kleiman for now.
DeAndre Ayton probably won't suit up because he's too good for this shit. Like
Kleiman-
I wouldn't blame him.
Is Kleiman getting shit canned or what?
No, he'll be here. He'll get we'll get somebody at probably.
He'll get like a special second round pick.
Yeah, and he'll be good for 1 year for sure.
and then have an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and then
undisclosed.
Yeah,
I
what's
mean-
the coward surgery next year?
who knows, man. At this point, like GG Jackson's our crown jewel. Like fucking, let's wave the pom poms.
South
Fuck
Carolina
this
built.
shit, man. Yeah,
Yeah. Pom-poms.
yeah, and another point to the unethical tanking. Like this isn't even tanking, but I mean the Grizzlies tied the league record for threes, and they're trying to intentionally foul with a minute to go to break the record. Like in a game that we lost by 19. Like, what the
That's
fuck
so
are we doing,
awesome.
bro?
That wrong.
That's how you tank right there.
And
Yeah.
fuck Thomas Isolo.
Let's go.
God,
So
such,
special.
like actually such a dweeb. One of the like, bro, he's worse than David Blatt. Get
Wow.
this motherfucker
Wow.
back in
David
here.
Blatt. David Blatt
What a
actually deserves credit.
Kind of forget like that he exists.
He
every-
got
like,
fired
all
when
the
they were
time.
like special.
Yeah, another point to like grown men aren't listening to a coach. Nobody's
It's-
listening to Thomas Isolo.
Yeah. It's
two
so
loss.
funny how much of a factor that is in like all of this shit. Like, what's his face? Griffin for the Bucks when he got it's just like
Firing
some
him to
point-
bring in Doc was the most that was the most stupid thing at the time of it happening, and it's just even worse now.
Like Doc Rivers can't even talk, bro.
yeah.
Like,
Dude, I mean, Doc's literally quoted in a Sixers timeout going, guys, come on. Come on. That's what he said.
This is another good point to like the coaching doesn't matter thing.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what
like
I'm
we
saying.
can go down the fucking list, man. Like Frank Vogel was like very good with
Wow,
Indiana,
Frank Vogel.
and then got like multiple more coaching jobs.
Chances.
NBA
Yeah.
Wasn't
champion
respect-
Frank Vogel.
Yeah, nobody listened to him in Orlando. He won with the Lakers in the bubble, and then got
Forgot he was
ousted like
even
a year.
in Orlando.
Got ousted a year after that. No, like Russell Westbrook, LeBron, and Anthony Davis aren't listening to
Yeah,
Vogel,
I mean-
even if he's had success in the league. And then he goes to the Suns, and he's gone after a year. Like nobody's listening.
You know he's an assistant for the Mavs now. I saw
No,
him. I was
no.
watching.
And Jason Kidd's like one of the few coaches in the league that I feel like still could get through to people because he had success
Yeah,
as
they
a
respect
player.
him.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is, do you think you have to be like a respected ex-player? Because
His
I think,
GM unfortunately doesn't respect him. Well,
yeah,
his
Yeah.
old GM, I should
yeah,
say.
I mean, I kind of do at this point. Like, you're not, there will never be
You
like
gotta have
another.
something about you that guy. If you're not a player, like it's got to be someone like a
Yeah,
Pop.
it's either a former player or a guy who's like really successful with the G League team, I think. Like, I
mm,
think, and because
who
that's
has
more of
like,
like a college atmosphere too. It's guys who are, if you can get like G League guys to, be successful year over year because they're all trying to make the league. Their common goal is to make the league. It's not to win games for the G League team. If you can have that, like be a well-oiled machine, then I could put some merit to that too, and maybe see you as a guy who could have success. But those are the only two paths.
yeah, it's interesting because the NBA, there's so many coaches that I feel like don't matter, and then there's some that matter so much. Like Joe Maz, like is the
Oh
Celtics.
my God.
Like,
Yeah.
like he could. I
I would
swear to
like
He's a
to
God,
very
trade.
unique personality, though. Like,
yes,
I would
like
trade a
he's
lot of good players for Missoula.
yes,
Like
like
there's a lot of good players I'd rather have Missoula
I think you could
on
give
my
Joe
team.
Maz like a star or two, and then just like you close your eyes and just scroll through the NBA website and just pick like 10 other guys, and I
I mean,
think
dude, look what they were doing this
he would
year
give you a
with
contender.
before Tatum
I mean,
got back.
I know
It was
he didn't
Jaylen
make the
Brown and
league, but
Derek
he's also
White.
a former player. Like, he's a
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
uh,
true.
former
But
player
he's
for
not
his Final Four team.
respected. He's not respected
He's not
because of
respected. Yeah, it's
his
because of
playing
like
career.
how fucking nuts he is.
Yeah.
Uh, agreed.
A
Agreed.
little like Hurley, honestly, to me, like similar sort of person. I'd say Hurley's much more animated
Yeah,
on the court, but like similar kind of basketball psychos
yeah,
in
for
that
sure.
sense.
For sure. Yeah. I think the other thing about Joe Maz is he's like, and I think this is similar for a lot of the kind of all-time coaches when you think about it, is like he's so he thinks so differently than most NBA coaches, and he's always looking for new shit. Like he a couple years ago, he was really interested in European soccer coaches and got obsessed with Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. So he went over there and they became like best friends, and they're still
Dude, I would
friends.
pay to see his Google like search history.
Oh, dude, it's probably nuts. But like he's just like a special kind of like thinker about basketball. And the way he's
Totally.
always trying to get ahead of the curve. So like
Yeah.
you either have a guy like that who like matters so much. And I think Dagnall to a lesser extent is he's maybe less so I don't know how much Dagnall I'm sure he
He's a former
connects
G League coach, though. And
right. But
he's
he's more
big
of
on
like
relating the players.
right. And he's more of like the Spo kind of like nerdy, started from the bottom in terms of like the NBA
In the
coaching
film room.
pyramid and then
And these guys are all
worked his
so
way all the way
young
up.
though that I feel like they bought into him like
Agreed.
before they were as
Agreed,
good as
Rod.
they are now. And now that it's I mean, it's obviously running like a well-oiled machine that it's like, yeah, like that's our guy.
It's also like there's probably a lot of coaches who could have a lot of success with
Yeah,
FKC's
yeah,
roster.
that's an obvious thing.
Maybe
but,
not as much success, especially the regular season stuff. Like I do think coaching does
and
matter a
managing
lot
through
in the
injuries,
regular
like
season.
they've been hurt a good bit this year.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I mean it's interesting, and I love that this came out of Mike Malone to UNC. But yeah, Beck, as you said, there's a few NBA coaches that really matter, and then I think there's like 25 that just don't at all. Like I don't think Nick
Yeah.
Nurse does a damn
No,
thing.
Fuck no.
He
He's
hurts them more.
he's
He
going
don't
down
do
like the Vogel
anything
path
that
right now.
yeah.
He hurts them more than he
He-
helps them, dude.
very
He's
similar to
running
Vogel,
Maxi
actually.
into the fucking ground. I've never seen anything like it, dude.
He's
Yeah,
very
I mean,
similar to Vogel,
Yeah,
like even
yeah,
resume wise.
yeah. Dude, I mean, you blink and they're past their prime, just like out of nowhere. They're
Yeah.
like you're a
I
good
mean,
coach
there's
for a
just
minute.
there's no adaptability with those
Yeah,
guys.
the league
Zero.
moves fast. You can be a good coach for
Like,
a
Nurse
year,
is
and then 2
still-
years later you'll be running the
Nurse
mill.
is still doing the play your star players 42 minutes a night.
Yeah, he's doing the tips thing.
trying to run the Raptors defense that they had in 2019 where they're causing chaos, switching, helping, all this stuff with a Sixers team that has nowhere near the athletes and
length,
perimeter
yeah.
defenders and the length that Raptors team had. Like we have a super immobile big man. Like Joel can't move on defense. We know that. And we have two small guards. VJ is a very good defender, obviously, but like you can't run the Raptors defense with the Sixers team.
personnel.
You also had Kawhi Leonard and like
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol. Like,
OG.
man,
Yeah.
fucking.
And
But that's what I'm
Anunoby,
saying is like they
Lowry,
created
good defender.
they created turnovers in addition to being a good
Yes.
defense. Like it wasn't like the Sixers team can create turnovers, but their
Yeah, I mean, Maxey
half-court
gets his
defense
steals,
when it
but-
actually matters is terrible. And
So
they're
bad.
late,
They're not
they're
guarding
late
anybody.
rotating. They don't
Yeah.
help. Like they're a bad defense. And so like yeah, I mean Nick Nurse has just been a weird thing cuz coming in I actually liked the thought behind the hire a lot. I thought
I was happy when they.
Yeah, no, I mean,
sure.
as a
I've
coach,
never-
you can trick people into thinking you're good if you're animated and you had success. I mean, those are like the two things you need to
Yeah.
trick people.
like he coached well in Toronto for that year, but like I really do think it's just that simple that you got the best basketball player in the world at the time, and he had one of the best playoff runs of all time.
And the,
Like-
the roster was just
and you got a
really
lot
good.
of injuries. You got a lot of
Stacked.
injuries fall your way.
Yes, yes. One of
Like
the
there's
sneakiest deep teams ever, like Lowry, Van Vliet, Anunoby, Siakam,
Powell.
Gasol,
yeah,
Kawhi.
Norman Powell.
Like just a ridiculously deep team, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the
Great team.
Sixers have- the
Danny
Sixers
Green.
have,
I
like-
mean, another
Yes.
like
Yeah.
Like we just named like 10 dudes. I think the Sixers have like 7 playable guys right now.
and part of the reason is Nurse just reluctance to play young guys. You'd have 2
Yeah.
more if you weren't so reluctant.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have Stalin at coach and Hitler at GM.
Yeah, and I agreed. But again, back to the point, real quick. Just if you're an NBA GM, either hire a guy who's good at relating to players, which usually you'll find as a guy who succeeds in the G League, or hire a small point guard like Rajon Rondo. There's no reason he shouldn't be coaching right now. I'd bring out the fucking whole.
Wasn't he like
Mercedes-
playing like a year ago?
Yeah, but he should be coaching by now.
I would love
I'd,
that.
I'd
like
offer
it.
him 75
like-
million.
I would love that.
We bring in
I would offer him 75
what about
million.
Beck? What about CP3?
Yeah, he would
No.
rub heads with some people. Yes,
No, dude.
get
Talk
him in
about
line.
not connecting to players, dude.
And then get him in
Nah.
college. Like he would succeed somewhere.
Oh, he would
I
succeed in college for sure. Make him the weight
Yeah.
coach. But he
Love that.
dude, funniest story of this NBA season. He had, did you hear the Halloween party
yeah.
thing? Like, dude, he had a Halloween party and 2 guys on the team showed up.
I mean, dude, he got cut.
He doesn't
from his,
connect to his
from
contemporaries now.
He got cut
Yeah.
from his like not hometown team, but like the Clippers were kind of
Yes.
his
100%.
prime was.
Steve Ballmer's a snake.
Got
so,
cut
Yeah, that
during
was
his
dude, that was
farewell
nasty
tour, man.
work. That was
Yeah, that is
nasty
crazy
work.
by them. But I mean, apparently he was being a dick.
Yeah, of course he
Apparently
was.
he's-
Because he
so
is a
fucking
dick.
what, man? This guy's got to get a fucking like.
Well,
If CP's ever gonna coach, it's got to be in like a
College.
decade.
I'm,
when he
I'm
gets,
telling
like,
you,
old
James Harden
and-
had a lot to do with that. I promise you.
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you,
I'm siding with James over.
Oh, yeah,
Mr.
with-
Paul.
you mean this
Yeah.
year?
Yes, with that.
Dude,
whole,
I probably
Paul
wouldn't
George.
like Chris Paul either. He seems like the worst, and especially when he's a bad player now. Like, go
I-
home.
The way I
Yeah,
think about
that-
Harden now, I'm inclined to be on his side for everything.
Uno can
Like,
do no wrong by this.
In time, he will be vindicated. He always is.
He already was.
Yeah, vindicated. Like, trust me, I'm a big Harden fan, but vindicated with the first round exit this year. Like, how's he gonna get vindicated?
We'll
Not
see.
his fault.
We'll see. I mean, they could beat the Hawks in a series. I wouldn't bet on it, but they could beat the Hawks in the playoffs.
They might have to come see us.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna be like the 8 seed, dog.
And we'll be the team that they run over.
Yeah, we're gonna
We'll
play.
do Harden one last favor.
Although us being the 8 seed, honestly, is
Dude,
like,
Maury on his hands and knees, apologizing to James. saying,
Nah,
please win your first round.
Hunter, you don't want to be.
I love you, James.
Tobias Harris, like getting busy and loud with the crowd during a sweep, would be the most depressing shit.
they're
ever.
not
Like,
sweeping
I'm-
us. I promise you that Pistons team's not.
I
sweeping.
don't want to play the Pistons. Ever.
I don't want to
Just
play them,
because
but I
of the
promise
Tobias
they're
thing.
not. That's gonna be a war. But like, I,
want
don't think we win the
I
war.
want the Cavs or Knicks.
I would want the Knicks. Knicks are fucking
I don't know
food.
if I want the Knicks. I
Knicks
think the
are
Knicks.
food, man.
The only thing that sucks about the Knicks
I think the
is-
Knicks kind of
is-
want us.
is their fans will be getting busy in,
Yeah,
in
they'll
the
have more.
Xfinity Mobile
They'll have
One
more
Arena.
fans than we do in our own.
Yeah,
state.
I went to Game 6 at home.
So was I.
Yeah, that was a talk about angry leaving the stadium, hearing Knicks fans screaming "fuck Joel Embiid."
Even though they hadn't
uh,
won anything since
I
basically.
mean,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was a tough-
that was
was a
probably
tough
their
one.
best team though. Not the year
No, I
before
think they're
Cat
worse
comes
now.
in.
I think they're
Yeah.
way worse now.
They just got so injured against the Pacers that year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
needed last year, but yeah, I mean,
That was their year.
the whole situation with Cat there now is just so bad, and
Him
like
and Brunson together on the court, it's just like a
and
bad
Bridges,
playoff
dude.
He's
combo.
got no
Yeah, Bridges
defense.
sucks.
Bridges
Yeah,
is
for
like
that
the
trade,
one
dude.
of the worst trades in
If they
recent
didn't
NBA
make that
history,
trade,
dude.
they could. I mean, they would have Giannis right now. Like they would.
Yeah,
I
one of my
remember
all
great,
those
one of my
picks.
great takes telling the world that Dylan Brooks was a better player than Mikal Bridges.
Special.
Mikal Bridges is one of the most overrated players
That
back
is
then.
special.
I tried to tell the world.
Well,
But
people,
5 picks.
yeah,
for
well,
Mikal
and
Bridges,
they
man.
blew like that was the thing about it was like,
That's a Giannis package.
first of all, that wasn't the market for Mikal Bridges.
No,
You weren't really. I mean, I'm sure there were suitors, but there were no suitors that were willing to pay that.
not like
And
that. No.
and blowing your gunpowder on Mikal Bridges when Giannis has a untenable situation in Milwaukee is just
And even like Durant too. I
unfathomable.
know that's been a little rocky, but you stick Durant in that lineup. I like the way that looks.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
more
it
so
looks
than
better.
Bridges.
GMs fall in love with the idea more than the actual player. And,
100%.
I mean, that's,
Especially when you already have Anunoby and Hart. Like
yeah.
it's like too many guys that are the same, doing
Yeah.
the same.
They
thing.
just
Same archetype.
they fell in love with the length of Mikal Bridges. I promise you, that's the
Yeah,
overarching
the
factor
one
of
thing
them making that trade.
the one thing I will say about the way that the Knicks are constructed is they kind of are just constructed to beat the Celtics. Like that's kind of what the whole goal of that rebuild and like retool, I guess is a better word for it, was because they have the length to play Brown and Tatum. And like we saw
Definitely.
last year, they gave the Celtics a lot of fucking
did.
problems, more so than any other team. So like if that's
That
still
rim-
the case,
that-
then you can't
That
really knock
paint
it.
defense is bad though. Really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
I mean,
what
that was the
Knicks are.
perfect storm too. Because I know we don't want to put too much weight into like what happens in the regular season, but the Celtics ran over them in the regular season last year. I feel like that was just the perfect storm, perfect time for everything. And I mean, the Celtics blow 2 huge leads in the first 2 games. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that Celtics
They
losing
definitely-
that series was
Yeah.
was really bad.
Yeah, they definitely should have won that series, but like, I still just think that the Knicks like kind of have something for the Celtics. Like I think it's a good
this year,
matchup
yeah,
for
I
them.
feel, yeah, this year especially.
It would be a
Vooch.
dogfight for sure.
It would go to
there.
7 games, and like I would pick the Celtics. I think the Celtics are coming out of the East, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Knicks
Again, it's just like a lateral move from like Thibodeau to Mike Brown, though. I honestly
Yeah.
feel like Thibodeau had
Yeah.
more of the pulse of the Knicks. than
I wouldn't have fired.
Mike Brown.
Wouldn't have fired Tibbs.
Yeah, I think Tibbs. You have a ceiling with Tibbs.
It's the minutes thing. Like it's
yeah,
Of course.
and it's just
Yes.
never going to change. It's like
yeah.
Is
I don't
Mike
mind them.
Brown-
I don't
is
think that was
Mike
that's
Brown
my
Mr.
thing.
Ceiling.
I don't think the swing they made on Brown was the right
Yeah.
one, but I think that I thought the thought process was right. I like Tibbs will get you to where you have like a high floor, and then that's kind of where you top out at. I think they
But,
need
like,
a guy to get you over the top, and they.
I mean, if all those guys don't get hurt, do they lose to the pace? Like they might have won that series.
Maybe, but part of the reason they got hurt is because their guys were playing 45 minutes a night in
Totally
fucking
true.
January.
Totally true. Totally
So like
true.
I don't know. I mean, it's fair. Like he had them playing their best basketball of the last fucking 40 years.
They're a
So
flawed
Yeah.
roster, though. At the end of the day, like their ceiling's capped with Brunson.
The
and-
Knicks like took this thing.
that's
you can
another
never
discussion.
you can never have too many like long wings. Too literally.
Yeah.
yeah,
They actually built their team just around having too many long wings, and then you have midget Brunson and Big Purr.
yeah. No, I didn't want to put it all on Brunson. The combination of him and Towns, though.
Yeah,
that's the two
it's
best
not
players.
Brunson's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'2". There's nothing he can do about
Yeah.
that. I mean, he could probably get a little bit better at defense.
No,
'cause
I
that
wish
brother's
him
a
and-
tone, but
I wish him and Luca stayed together. Like,
Yeah,
I
that
like
Mavs
Brunson
team.
as an off-ball like guard a lot.
I would have liked it. However, they would give up 80 points a game on defense.
Yeah,
They,
that
they had a
backcourt-
really good defense though with those two together. Like,
Fair.
that conference finals run is like fueled by their defense, and I mean, Jay Kidd's a great coach.
Well, they had good bigs to be behind them on that. Like they were constructed well defensively, aside from Luca and
Yeah.
Brunson.
I still can't believe when that Brunson contract to the Knicks came out, everybody was like, "Damn, that's a lot of money for
I was
Jalen
so
Brunson."
not surprised.
And then it was
I mean, dude,
such a
he just
scam
had
contract.
incredible playoff. Yeah, and then he let the Knicks scam him again. That was
Yeah.
crazy by him.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's gonna end up I mean, maybe they could just fuck him over,
Yeah,
but
there were some weird reports.
maybe it's a Harden thing where they're just
Like
like,
there were some rumblings.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was talking crazy shit about around the trade deadline where I was like, if Giannis is in play, maybe they just do it.
I just blowing their load on Bridges just really hurts
Yeah,
because it's not like the
it hurts
Giannis
the
thing came
future
out of
too.
nowhere.
Yeah, and is
Like
that
that's been known, and I feel like him wanting New York was kind of known too.
Yeah,
again
I
with the to the
don't
point of
get
like
why they
falling
did
in
that.
love with the idea, like got people love the advanced metrics with the Bridges and like the length that he has, but
Switching, yeah,
if he's
everything.
not assertive, like guys will get on, players who shoot too much or shoot bad shots, but at least if they're assertive, you can give them a baseline to give you at least 15 a night with like being a two-way player. Bridges is a guy who can completely disappear and give you like 5 or less points
It
sometimes.
also doesn't help that his jump shot has like kind of gone to shit. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what happened there, but it looks. I mean, he was never like Clay Thompson textbook form, but it's gotten way uglier.
Mm.
And that's a great point about the assertiveness because that's the same issue I really had with Tobias in his tenure in Philly was that he'd get the ball and just like shrink, like he wouldn't make a decision and then just pass out. Like multiple playoff games where he took like 2 shots, famously the game 7 where he played 30 minutes, 0 for 2, 0 points. Thanks,
Yeah.
Tobias.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a similar scenario. I think Tobias is like taking it to like the extreme because he's like just
Oh,
an
definitely.
even worse version. But yeah, it's a similar situation with Mikhail, and it's
I mean, is he?
yeah,
Offensively,
dude.
definitely I'd take Tobias every day of the week, man. I'm sorry.
It's not like night, dude. Have you watched the full game of Tobias Harris?
Yes.
Like
Yes, I would
the
take him
offense
off.
is not very good, man.
It's better than Mikal Bridges. I can fucking
Like
guarantee you that.
maybe the Pistons.
Hunter,
Selective
Hunter,
Tobias offense
Beck,
looks
it's
good.
not good, man.
But yeah,
it's better than
that's few and
Mikal
far
Bridges
between.
is not good offensively
No,
at
and
all.
but I'm just telling you, like, I think like
I trust
I
Tobias to
watched
give
a
me an
lot of
isolation.
Tobias. Man.
At least I know Tobias can give me a bucket from the low post. Like
Do
that.
you?
That's not. Yes.
I think you're
You didn't
going
know
too
that?
far, brother.
I don't know that
I
he can
heavily
give me a
disagree.
bucket.
I heavily disagree.
I
He's a much
watched a
better
lot
offensive.
of Tobias.
He's a much better offensive player than Mikal Bridges. I'm sorry. Like
I think
I'm
over.
sorry.
I think I'll give it to you. Over the course of his career, he's definitely a better offensive
Maybe
player
his
than Mikal
best
Bridges.
years.
I think
This
I
year,
have. Oh yeah, this year for sure.
last
'Cause
year,
let's
the
go.
year before.
Let's go.
There's
Let's
no way he was a
fucking
better
go.
offensive player last year than when Bridges was in Phoenix
The only
or
time
Brooklyn.
Uh,
Brooklyn. I mean,
Well, Brooklyn's
as a
different.
as the number one
Cause
option when they're trying to
like
scam the
Toby,
league.
yeah.
Brooklyn's
but
whole
you can't.
Brooklyn's
you
whole
can't
purpose as a
say
franchise is
Tobias
trying to
a
scam the
better
rest of the league.
offensive
Also,
player.
also Toby in LA when he was on the Clippers got when he got more leash. He had some seasons like
Yeah,
that
he
one.
did get busy.
Yeah. So like I don't know, they're very similar to me.
They're not at all to me.
They're
Mikal Bridges.
similar in
They're
different
equally
ways.
effective, which is not very.
Yeah.
What can you count on from Mikal Bridges offensively?
Well, you get more in
can
transition
you
from
count on
him
from
than you do with
Toby?
Tobias, and
I-
you get
You
reliable.
will actually run isolations for Toby.
Dog,
where
you
it's
don't
like-
want Tobias Harris
Stop.
in
You got-
isolation.
Oh my god!
He is so
Over an
ineffective.
82 game season, you will run isolation sets for
Yes.
Tobias
No,
Harris
you will.
more
And
than
it will
it'll
be
happen.
double the
it'll be
time
an
that you would
eye
ever run it
show.
for Mikal Bridges. And that's not dependent on
I mean,
situation.
sure.
Any team.
It's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
if you're running isolation for Tobias Harris, your
you're not
offense
gonna like
is
the
not
result.
great. Your offense is flawed, which the
The-
Pistons
the- the-
offense is, dude. The Pistons
Yes,
offense, that's like that's their biggest weakness is they don't have a secondary creator you can count on. And like
Yeah,
Tobias
but
is a
that's
part
not.
of that.
I don't feel like that's a point to diminish Tobias though. He was never like I never expected him to be a secondary creator for them. Never.
Yeah, but they need him to be. Like if they're going to be a serious player.
He wasn't signed to be their secondary creator.
No. But he also was signed for the Sixers to be one, and he wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah, I
effective.
agree. He underperformed in
Like
you know,
him
under that
and
expectation.
Philly is basically what McHale and New York has been to this point.
But
Like,
he was brought in with the team that had like granted that when they let Jimmy go, he's expected to be that. But when they
Holy
brought him
fuck,
in,
Tobias Harris has been around for a long time, dude.
Yeah, dude.
he's a good
He's
offensive
older than
player.
you think.
I don't care what anybody says. Like, I'm sorry, he's a good offensive player.
He's a fine offensive player. Dude, I've watched so many unserious Tobias like back the guy down, do
I
a
can't
little
say he was a good
12-foot
offensive player in
turnaround.
Philly, man. I can't get there.
He was a
I
fine
mean,
offensive player.
Fine. Yeah. He was not a positive on
He also
offense.
doesn't he's not a good passer. Like he's not
No.
he's
He's
like
so indecisive.
he's ineffective
talking
in a
about.
lot of he's not good in
He's
transition.
so indecisive.
He's not a
He's
great
slow and
finisher.
fat.
I get it, but still, he's better at all those things than Mikal Bridges to me. Everything you're talking about,
maybe
he's better
maybe
than
we're
Mikal.
splitting hairs over a relatively unimportant thing because like
This is the funniest debate ever, too.
yeah, it is a great debate.
I think they're close. That's my only take. Like I cannot look at Tobias and go, wow, he's way better than Bridges.
And the Mikal Bridges has a 30-game stretch where he was legitimately like he turned heads. That's it. I mean, when he got the initial Brooklyn tenure right after he gets traded.
Yeah, because
that's
nobody
the only
thought he
times-
had. Yeah.
I mean, dude, he averaged 26 points per game during that stretch.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I was, maybe I'm turning the corner Mikal Bridges. Since then, fuck no, dude.
No, I agree. And I mean,
Yeah.
this year in particular has, he's averaging like, I don't know, 14 a game.
Yeah, it's like
Right
15.
now. Like that's really bad for him. For someone that was on his trajectory, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean they just don't. It sucks because he's an impactful player, but they didn't sign him to be like that guy. They signed him to be more than that, and he just hasn't
Very
been, and he
similar
probably
to
never will be.
Tobias.
Yeah,
We
that's
traded
kinda,
a lot of assets for him to be like a secondary scorer.
Yeah, we gave him a
and
bag.
He was never that.
Yeah, I still can't believe he played out that full 5-year contract, dude. Like that's insane that we weren't able to
Dude,
get off.
he
of
was
that.
in Philly since I graduated high school.
Bro.
Like that.
I mean,
is-
respect.
Oh my
Respect
God.
to him for talking shit though. Like fuck it, man. I would too.
No, I know, and I always liked Tobias.
The guy.
I liked Tobias. It wasn't his fault that we paid him that much and gave up that much to get him. My biggest issue with him was just the shrinking in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, oh my, how do you play 30 minutes and shoot twice and score 0 points, man, in a game 7? Especially as like a 20-year vet.
Yeah, man.
Put the ball up, man. God damn it.
Yeah,
God
and being
damn.
around Joel Embiid, like the gravity Embiid has. That's
like you're getting so many weak side corner threes that are just so wide open. The other thing is like, Tobias. He was kind of awesome. Like tell a friend to tell a friend I'm a sharpshooter. Like that was sick.
He did have his moments.
Him and Boban's bromance was sick. He was a fun guy to have around.
You know what did
wasn't
the
playing
biggest
basketball.
damage that was a complete lie was Jimmy Butler saying Tobias Harris over me when in
when
reality,
it wasn't the case. Yeah.
Tobias was that was never over Jimmy Butler. It was Ben over Jimmy. We chose Ben over Jimmy.
Yeah,
but
Jimmy Butler should actually play basketball.
Jimmy hurt
Jimmy
hurt everyone, including a lot of Philly fans, I think, that maybe weren't as plugged into the team. Like that crushed his perception and any chance of like goodwill he had with the fan base. Cause I think people that weren't locked in on the team like that just were like, wow, we have Tobias Harris instead of Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler sealed the deal last year when Steph was out and he became a glorified passer for Pat Spencer. So
let's go. That's so special. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was also like how little information was released from the end of the Jimmy Butler tenure in Philly. We really were just like grabbing at morsels for a while there with like little.
Yeah, I mean, Al Horford ruined everything. Like,
that was Elton.
Well,
was
I was
Elton.
gonna say Elton ruined everything, but yeah, I mean,
and Al Horford's sister.
Al Horford's sleeper agent.
I mean, his attitude of Philly.
It did.
Like, play basketball, brother.
The whole thing sucked.
Tobias Harris averaged 9 points per game in the Knicks series, by the way.
Let's go.
How many did Mikal average in the Celtics series last year? I feel like it might have been.
Mikal swung games in the Celtics series.
I'll pull it up.
Mikal had like a game-ending.
You said Celtics series last year.
Yes, I'm talking about the offensive end. He's a ghost. Like it's playoff set.
We can't point to that. We can't point to that Celtics series as like a knock on Mikal. That of all the Mikal things you can say,
he was not good.
He swung like 2 of those games. with his
You're
defense.
giving him the last play of the game as the reason.
No.
He wasn't good, man.
It's not the last play alone, dude.
I'm pulling up every game from.
I'm looking.
This is
through it.
unbelievable work.
I'm looking through it right now.
Yeah,
I
the
had like less
offensive
than 5
stats aren't
points
gonna
in like
look.
at least 2 of the games.
Game 1, he played 50 minutes, went 3 of 13.
Let's go.
Yes, he's not good.
But we're not that wasn't why he was impactful in that series.
Hold on, we're on game 2 now. Oh no, he was a motherfucker on defense. Game 2, 6 of 18. At least he was letting it fly.
Special.
7 assists though, or 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 steals.
Yeah,
Where
I mean,
this game. Like I need to fucking see this with my own eyes.
but like
Game 3, here we go.
Tobias Harris in games where he shoots like that just is a
Exactly.
zero.
That's
Like
what
you're getting
separates
elite
them as a
defense if
player
you
to
have
me.
that game from McHale. Like
Yeah.
that's the difference.
Game
Like,
3,
yeah, I get
6 of 10, 2 steals.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you get like a 6 or 7 out of 10 regardless of what the shooting is.
I think you're giving too much credit to his defense too. Like,
Dude, it was so special in that
His defense
series.
is-
Ask
yeah,
any
I'll push
Celtics
back
fan,
on
bro.
that. I'll push back
They have
on that.
nightmares. Celtics fans have nightmares about Mikal Bridges.
yeah, more about Anunoby, much more.
Huge
I don't
game
know
4,
much
11
more,
of
but yeah.
11 of 21, 23 points, 4 steals, 3 assists, 7 blocks.
Yeah, no, that game was
7
special.
blocks. Fuck me.
Or 7 blocks. I did not mean to say that.
I was gonna say, I
meant
don't remember
7
that.
boards. I meant 7 boards. My bad.
I was like, I don't know. I didn't know he turned into fucking Wemby for a game.
It's like Durant when he was in Golden State. Just
That
became a
was
rim
so
protector.
sick. The weak side Durant Romer. That was so sick.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
Um,
special game from Bridges. Holy shit.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I love that divulged into
Yeah, this took a
McHale
turn.
versus Tobias debate. That's so sick.
This took a big
This
turn.
is what you
Yeah,
guys come here for.
absolute stinker in game 5 for McHale.
Speaking of a weak side roamer and special player,
Special game in game 6. All right,
just
that's
not dropping it.
Then he averaged 4 points per game in the conference finals.
it. 9 of 15, 22 points.
My slander's going crazy. I gotta calm down.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But speaking of a guy who might have some weak side roaming traits, who is a star developing before our very eyes, Cooper Flag. What a week he had. He had 51 and then followed up with 45 just a couple days later. He had 96 points in 2 games, which I think was the most since Wilt over a 2-game span. What do we think about
It
Flag
was.
and how quickly he's developing, especially as a primary ball handler creator?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's not the best the outcome you want for him. Or
Yeah.
the position you want him playing going forward. I think the ball should be in his hands as much as possible. I'm not sure
100%.
this is a team you need a traditional point guard with, where it feels like a lot of people want to put him in that box. Also, like as great as Con Knippel's been all year, like even before this stretch, like Flag was the rookie of the year to me.
Yeah.
And I think to take that away from him just because the Hornets have been special as a collective was kind of stupid. But I think this might cement.
I think there was a debate.
There was a debate. There was I'm not.
I
give
wouldn't have
Khan all
picked
the
him.
credit in the world.
I wouldn't
Well,
have picked him.
I think Khan's still the betting favorite right now. Like even
Is
after
he?
this.
I thought it
Yeah.
flipped.
Flag I did see like a week or so ago, maybe a little less, that I did see somewhere that Flag was the new favorite. Not sure if that's still the case.
I'll take a look.
I agree with both you. Like, I definitely think it was a discussion, and I definitely think there needs to be some weight to Knippel doing it on a team that's in the playoff race. I do feel like people were giving the Hornets like too much credit in that conversation. I know that they've been great since they've gotten everyone together, but I feel like people are kind of talking about it like it's a MVP debate or something along those lines, where it's like, well, the Hornets are like the best team in the league. Like, brother, they're like, what are they, the 7 right now? Like,
I mean, they have been like one of the 3 best
I know,
over like the last. But yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just confused. I feel like people took it a little bit too far with the role of the team's success.
Yeah, because their health as a whole was terrible the last like Brandon Miller and LaMelo missed huge stretches of games the last 2 years. It's not like it's just Khan getting plugged in and
changing everything.
Yeah, I agree. So Coop is now minus 290, so he's started to gain a little bit of a lead. But yeah, I mean, I think you guys hit the nail on the head. I think Khan got the benefit of playing on a playoff team, and a team that really accentuated. We talked about this with some other guys in the past, but like being in a situation where your best attributes are being shown on a night to night basis is so big, man. And Khan was just plugged into a situation where his food was made for him. He has one of the best playmakers in basketball. Finding him, taking guys out of the play with his dribble drive and creating opportunities where Khan gets open looks. He has Brandon Miller, who's another shooter who has a little bit of gravity. He has Diabate's been a big down low. That's just been a revelation for them. So like, yeah, Khan was just plugged into a perfect situation for him. And I think he benefited a lot from that. And I just don't think like what Flag has done with what's around him is ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
the assist
huge
numbers are
injuries for
maybe
them
even more
this year,
impressive to me than
and
the
he's
scoring.
not playing his
Like,
natural position. Like,
yeah,
there's got to be more credit given to him than like that.
Yeah, that's the difference to me. Not only is Charlotte like a much better team and much better built team, but going into a game against the Hornets, you're worried about LaMelo, you're worried about Miller, you're worried about the other guys too, like Diabate and even Miles Bridges. Like those are NBA guys that can score. Knipple's obviously great, but he's maybe second or third in the pecking order of like who you're worried about, but like you're not keying on him.
yeah.
When you're going into a game against the Mavericks, there's no one else
One guy.
besides Flag. Like it's literally just Flag. He's 19 playing a position that he's never played, and he's dominating, absolutely dominating.
And the defense.
Yeah, his defense is unbelievable. I'm not surprised in the slightest. I know everyone was high on Flag, but I feel like I might have been like a little higher on him than maybe the consensus or a large group of people. To me, he's like the second best prospect in the last, I don't know, just besides aside from Wemby.
Yeah.
Like I would take him one in this.
I think
draft
that was
pretty
kind of
easy.
consensus though, right?
Okay. I honestly don't know because the way this draft's kind of like ebbed and flowed with like I feel like Boozer's kind of dropped from the beginning of the season, and obviously Peterson and DeBonta too. I wouldn't. They're like a tier below Flag to me personally. So yeah, I don't know if that is the popular opinion, but I think that's where I'm at with it. And I think I would have
I think it's a mixed bag in terms of other people's opinions.
I think it depends. But I'm not surprised in the slightest. Like watching him play defense at Duke was beyond impressive. He's one of the most impressive defensive prospects I've ever seen, especially for a guy that's not like just a center shot blocking rim defending guy. Like I go back to like Anthony Davis at Kentucky, like when I just see like that clear, like, holy shit, like this guy's a transformational defensive player. Like his size, speed, athleticism, the length, everything. I mean, he's the perfect player. He's the perfect player you want to build around the modern NBA.
Yeah. And I think maybe to qualify what I said earlier about the consensus was like, I think that Flag as a prospect, I definitely think was in those kinds of conversations. I definitely think though, as this season started, I think people had a lot of questions, and I do think that like people jumped off the bandwagon very prematurely with Flag, especially considering that, as you both have said, he was doing something he'd never done. I know he playmade a lot at Duke and was asked to do a lot of things with the ball in his hands, but he wasn't like the point guard. They had Sion James bring the ball up, they had Khan bring the ball up, they had other guys. So like, yeah, he was doing something he never did. There were bumps, and then now we're starting to see the fruits of the labor. And yeah, I don't see a lot of flaws with his game besides like the 3-point
The 3-point shot is the only thing.
Yeah,
and even that's looked really good lately.
I have no doubt in my mind that that's gonna correct itself. I mean, I'm not saying he's LeBron James by any means, but I kind of feel like that's what we're dealing with here.
It's
like,
a similar conversation,
genuinely. And I mean, LeBron had his many seasons where it was like, can this guy
didn't develop
really
a shot for like 8 years?
Yeah, because he didn't need to.
Right.
But
and I don't think Flag does either.
Yeah, he might not need it, but I'm so excited to see where this goes. Like I kind of wish I did this before, but like I'd love to see how many players I'd take over him in the NBA because it's not a large number. I can.
If you mean if you're like starting a team?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not many, especially considering the age. Dog, he's 19.
Yeah,
He just turned 19 in December. Like we're gonna get 15 more years of this. So, I mean,
if you told me I'd take him one, I wouldn't be like, that's weird. Yeah, I see the vision.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's if you're starting a team, there's two guys, right? I mean,
I think I said this on like a
maybe
pod
three guys.
a while
Shea.
back,
Yeah,
but like
Shea, but he's
if I'm the
27,
Mavs, I
28.
still prefer having him over Luka. Like I feel better about
1,000%.
that.
I don't even think it's
Yeah.
a debate. Nico
Yeah.
Cook.
That's why.
Just like I said.
Let's go. That's why you really get the conspiracy with that whole thing, because like
1,000%. I mean, it happened. It's not a conspiracy.
yeah, it's just like the fact that
They
you're
gave him
able to
number one
upgrade
pick.
on Luca, who like really there's maybe three guys you could say you could upgrade on Luca with, and you got one. It's a little bit. You're asking a lot of the NBA fan to not think that that was all a ploy, but yeah, I mean, Flag just night to night basis, what we're seeing these days is just incredible. And yeah, I think on the 3-point stuff, I sort of think it's a similar thing to LeBron, where like you can live with him being even right now. I think he's like 20 something. Yeah, he's 29.7%.
I was gonna say,
you can live with that.
30 is totally fine.
You can
on
literally
3
live with
attempts a
that.
game.
And
Yeah,
like,
you just have
attempts a game.
the volume has to be there. It can't be like two
Yes,
attempts.
yeah.
It has to
And
be
the
like
volume
4
is-
to 5 attempts.
the volume has been there of late. He took 9 against the Magic in the 51
That's
game.
fucking awesome, dude.
And so like, and it's like off the dribble stuff. It's not like, so
Yeah.
if you get him, even him getting reps doing that stuff, I think is valuable, because Tatum is in a similar way, wasn't percentage wise off the dribble a great 3-point shooter early in his career. And then just because he did it so much, he eventually just became a lethal off the dribble shooter. And then he was like basically unstoppable because he was so strong. He get into the lane, and then he had the off the dribble shooting. So if Flag can kind of follow that same trajectory that Bron and those guys that couldn't shoot to start did,
And
I mean,
I mean,
sky's the limit.
Shea was a bad shooter coming
Yeah.
out, and it's only going to get easier. He's only going to get better looks
And better
once
whistle.
they start to that too. But once they start to build up their team again and kind of get serious with winning in a year or two or however long that takes, he's only going to get better looks once you get some guys around him that are actually threatening to NBA defenses.
Yeah.
I just can't say enough about how excited I am to watch his career. I think once my GOAT LeBron rides off into the sunset, I might be full steam ahead. Flag it, if you will.
Flag it.
That's fucking
I was
awesome.
wondering what the term was going to be. But yeah, I mean, this whole rookie class, I think we're going to look back and what you're getting out of Dylan Harper over this past stretch, what you're getting out of VJ, of course, this season, Khan, Flag. This class has the potential to be like one of the special classes that we've seen in quite some time. And yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about how good Flag's been, and I just think that there's going to be several stars that are franchise level guys from this.
It does hurt my soul how close we were to getting him.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
we were
VJ
like,
You can't
is a
be
good
too mad,
consolation
yeah.
prize, too.
no, absolutely.
for the odds we
Absolutely.
had to get out of there
It's
with
like
VJ
we probably
Edgecombe,
shouldn't even have gotten the pick. So
I was gonna
getting-
say, it's a little
getting the pick
greedy.
at all is no,
Yeah.
I know, but I mean being that close.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Holy shit! Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Forced to trade Jarrett McCann because he got the pick, probably.
yeah,
Good shit at him.
yeah, good shit, Josh Harris. But yeah, so Cooper Flag special. Lakers. Let's get to the Lakers. The Mavs obviously played them the other night, but they have some injury concerns. So Luka obviously is going to miss some time here with that hammy, and then you have Reeves injured as well. What sort of is the outlook for the Lakers now after that really hot stretch they had? Do we still see them as like a sneaky playoff
No.
team, or do they just slip
No.
down?
Fuck no, and the Timberwolves are the luckiest team in the NBA because they're gonna draw
Again.
the Lakers.
Again.
Like, bro, getting the Warriors with no Steph last year and now this, like, that's insane. The Timberwolves are so lucky.
Well, are they going to play
they're
them?
slated. They're slated to get the Rockets right now.
I think
The Rockets dropped
The
down to 6.
Wolves are still 3
no,
back
Nuggets
of the 5.
jumped the Lakers to 3.
Oh,
and
Thunder-
then-
gotcha.
Yeah,
I didn't
Thunder,
realize that Nuggets were that
Spurs.
close.
Yeah, Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets,
Lakers.
Lakers, Rockets, Wolves, Suns,
And the
etc.
the Rockets might jump them because
They have the same record right now.
yeah,
They're
'cause-
both a game back of the Nuggets. They have the same record, and the Wolves are 3 back of the Lakers and Rockets.
Yeah,
What's
I
the
mean, for the
Lakers'
Lakers,
schedule?
best case scenario for the
Warriors,
Lakers is
Suns,
get the
Jazz.
Rockets, man. The Rockets are not good. So it's
Yeah, but neither are the Lakers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they're
yeah, I
better than
know.
the
I mean,
Lakers.
yeah, but the Lakers' best case scenario is to get.
Would they even have Luca back for like they probably wouldn't have him for the first few games, right?
Probably not.
I feel like he'll play. Like I can't.
Yeah, but a hammy's not something to fuck with, dude. Like he'll
I
blow
yeah,
He
that shit
already,
out.
he already moves like a fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
dinosaur does.
Then your season's just over. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. That's
get
the
your
thing.
fat ass out there, brother.
Yeah. I guess what they have
Skinny
to
ass now.
right. The Ozempic guys. I guess what they have to reckon with now is like, do you risk throwing him out there and potentially just blowing his hammy out and then you're really cooked, or you wait like another week and then risk losing those games?
I mean, you know what they're
Time.
gonna do. They know the time's ticking.
He
Going,
probably like misses game one. They go down 0-1. They're like, all right, fuck it. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. It's tough. And then the Reeves thing, I mean, I think his is a little bit less significant, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I think he's getting an MRI though.
If I'm the Lakers, I'm not worried. We're calling on Bronny.
Calling on Bronny. Dude, I watched that who the Lakers play the other night. I watched them play and
the Thunder?
yes, yeah, yeah. Oh, that was last night,
Yes,
right? Or was that 2 nights ago?
correct.
They rolled out
They
a
played the
lineup.
Thunder twice in the last 2-3 games.
They rolled out one of the grossest lineups I've ever seen, dude. It was Bronny, it was
Special,
Aiton, it was Connect,
special,
Kleber,
special.
and Vanderbilt.
Dude, I saw another clip of DeAndre Ayton quitting in the rec. Dude, he's a serial quitter in the rec.
In the
so,
rec. Let's go.
Bro, it's unbelievable.
Beck
He's a
explaining
serial
that.
Stat line for Bronny.
Yeah, I mean he's not good. Beck was explaining that to
I'm
people
not out
on
on him.
TikTok live that Aiton like quit in the rec, and they were like, "Oh, they like didn't comprehend what Beck was saying at first."
Dude, I'm dead serious. Like, look up on Twitter, DeAndre Ayton rec, and just look at the shit that comes up. He's a serial quitter.
And then you'll have the algorithm of Beck from that point on. But yeah, let's move to the NFL, where we had one of the weirder stories we've heard in some time drop on our timeline yesterday. Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel have a little spicy one in a resort in what seems to be somewhere in Arizona, as the guys have told me. What do we make of this?
I forgot we were talking about this. Yeah,
I know
not a good
exactly
look.
what to make of this.
Yeah, it's just not a good look. If I'm her husband,
I think it's a great look.
I'm pretty.
I know
ticked.
exactly what to make of this. Her husband, if for those uninitiated, is an Eagles fan. She's clearly unhappy in that marriage, as you can see her stepping out with this Patriots associate Mike Vrabel.
With this Patriot.
It's a clear pattern from her of just Eagles hatred of her husband. She's just trying to hurt her husband as well as Eagles fans because he is one of them. And it's clear that AJ Brown is happy in Philadelphia. And this is all just made up from the mad woman Diana's head. That's all I'll say on the matter.
Let's go. Beck?
Kind of the resemblance between Vrabel and her husband is kind of uncanny.
I haven't seen.
They
I haven't seen.
They
her
kind of
husband.
look
Let me
like
look
each
him up.
other.
Do they?
Yeah, a little bit. Like,
they
she
really?
definitely she has a type for sure.
Big Italian dudes.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, probably.
Her husband's a strong individual.
He's a big
Yeah.
lad.
A good man.
Yeah, he's a patriot.
Well, not literally, but yes.
Yeah, just the optics of that picture don't look good though. I mean,
Yeah, can we talk about the one where they're like hugging, overlooking like a beautiful
I mean,
landscape
quite
with
literally
mountains?
miles of desert, and there's not another human being present. As they say, there were 4 to 6 others or whatever they said. Can we have one of those people step forward, please?
Yeah, I want to hear their. I want to hear their take.
Yeah,
Well, they'll cover up.
Certainly,
They
but
all signed NDAs.
someone's got to check the logbook of the hotel or this lovers resort wherever they were staying at and verify that those folks were there, because
And then verify they were in different rooms.
yeah.
I'm
Also,
not
if
letting
you're in the
Diana get away with
spotlight,
this.
like you can't get away with shit nowadays.
Yeah.
Why are you going
another
anywhere
takeaway I
public, bro?
have. Yeah. That's another
Fucking
takeaway
buy
I
a
have.
separate home if you're gonna pull this shit.
Yeah, why are you
Like
guys
that.
like canoodling at a pool in a resort?
Yeah, don't go outside.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what are you doing, man?
I mean, to be fair, they were literally in an isolated desert, but
Yeah, you can't get away with shit. That's what I'm saying. You need to buy a separate home if you want to pull this shit.
Beck as a people should be able to get away take.
Nah,
guys,
just gotta
guys
be
can't have
smarter.
shit anymore, man.
Yeah.
You can't even go on a
Can't
romantic
have
getaway
shit
with
in
your
this
mistress.
country.
This is bullshit.
Let's go. But no, as we move on from that TMZ bullshit story, We have the
Not bullshit.
Masters.
Very true.
We have the Masters this week. Ryan, I know you're pretty stoked about it, and Beck and I are. Beck, you're probably maybe more locked in than I am. I'm a casual for golf, but
No, man, I'm pretty cash too. But I
give
got some.
me, give me some intel you guys have, some feels, you have some vibes. What are your favorite kind of either bets or leans heading into this Masters?
I got a
I'm
different
ready.
lean than Ryan.
Go ahead, Beck. Go ahead.
Just because Ryan's a big Rory guy. I think Rory's going to be competitive again. I don't think he wins, but I think he's going to be in the mix.
Wow, I
for
thought
sure.
you were kidding.
No,
I thought you were gonna go the other way.
I
I thought you were
definitely
fucking around.
no, I definitely think he's in the mix. I don't think he ends up winning it just because going back to back's tough. But this is a good course for him. Like it historically,
totally.
Oh
he
yeah,
finishes pretty well here. He's
even the ones he
usually in the
choked.
mix.
Yeah,
I don't think just because he won last year, that's something that's going to make him win this less. He's a grade A competitor. That's something you can't take away from him. I think he'll be, top 10, top 5 finisher. Not winning.
Wow. I love it.
top 5.
I'm as Beck noted, I'm a huge Rory fanboy. Him winning last year was like one of my favorite sporting events I've ever watched.
Yeah, it was special.
Would love nothing more than for him to be competitive, but I think with how long and how emotional the chase of the green jacket was for Rory, I feel like the release that he's like still feeling from him being back, I think it's going to be too much for him to be like locked in on the golf. So I've stayed away from any Rory bets or him involved in like any parlays. I haven't bet him at all. Truthfully, I wouldn't be shocked if he missed the cut.
He's missed twice in the last 5 years.
Yeah, he hadn't been playing great at Augusta prior to last year. I really wouldn't be shocked at any Rory outcome, but I definitely am not expecting him to be really in the mix. But I have a lot of bets on the table already. I think I've already made like 15 separate bets. I'll run through a couple of them. I'll give a couple shouts.
Let him fly.
So my outright winner picks. Rom is my most likely guy. That's the highest odds I took, or the lowest odds, I should say. I'm not going to touch Scotty at plus 500. Like, it's just kind of pointless, and he's truly not playing that well right now.
Just had a kid, too.
I actually hit Scotty 2 years ago when he was another overwhelming favorite at Augusta, but I took him to win by 4 shots or more at plus 1,000 to find some value, and he indeed did.
Let's go.
So that was a great hit by me, if I do say so myself.
That's a great hit by me.
Holy shit, patting yourself on the back. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
That's a great hit by me.
Rom plus 900 is
I like that.
my pick for probably my most likely winner. And then I have a couple more, but the 2 that I'll shout: Matt Fitzpatrick at plus 2,500. He's playing probably the best golf of his career since he won US Open at Brookline. Love the way he's playing. He's great pitcher of the golf ball, which is huge at Augusta, especially on it seems like it's going to be pretty firm and fast. The forecast has been all sun. So being around, strokes gained around the green is a huge indicator for success at the Masters, and even more so in weeks at Augusta like this. So I love Fitzpatrick at those odds. Another one I have is Justin Rose. Again, he's lost in a playoff twice at Augusta. He's pretty much always in the mix at Augusta. He's plus 3,500. Gave him a little sprinkle to win as well.
Like that.
Shout out to P as well, Mr. Patrick Reed. He's plus 4,200.
Can't count him out.
But we always respect Mr. Captain America. No inclusions. He to win at Augusta. And then need to have a lefty in there. Akshay playing good golf.
Yeah, I like
year.
Akshay.
I thought you were going to go Bubba.
50, plus fuck no. Fuck Bubba.
I'm going Fred Couples.
Plus 5,700 on Akshay. That's kind of crazy to me that he's that high. I know he's never won a major. Doesn't have like an insane record so far at Augusta, but he's relatively new and young to the field. So he's your long shot pick for me. And then I'll give you my round 1 leader picks. These are guys who are going to be winning going into Friday. I'm taking Fitzpatrick again on this one. I think he's going to be in the mix all week long. Plus 3,400 on this one. So again, I feel like those odds are crazy high for Fitzpatrick. And the king of starting fast, I'm taking Ludwig. Don't take him on Sunday. Take him any other time, and you'll be good. He's plus 2,400 to be the round 1 leader. So I like that. He's also debuted at Augusta last year and was leading the tournament for half of it. So I love that. And then my big long shot on this one is Nikolai Højgaard, plus 5,700. Few people make as many birdies as this brother, so I love him to get off to a hot start. And the rest of my picks are a lot of like make the cut parlay, top 30 parlays, top 20, top 10, stuff like that. But I'll just give you one of those. My favorite one out of those is a top 20 parlay. It's all guys I've mentioned already: John Rahm, Akshay, Justin Rose, Cam Young, and Matt Fitzpatrick all finished top 20. That is plus 2,400.
Let's go.
But yeah, those are the guys I like. And other guys I like to be in the mix, top 30 type dudes. Xander, have him top 20 in a couple of them. Jason Day and Corey Connors, two guys that are always in the mix at Augusta. They're not going to win, I promise you that.
Yeah.
But they'll probably play well because they just simply always do. So those are kind of the guys I like playing well, and those are kind of the shots that I'm taking.
Yeah, I like it. On Xander, I'm glad you brought him up late because he's a guy who's won or has been top 10 in 4 of the last 5 Masters. And he just kind of always feels like he's in the mix. You never really consider him winning it, but he's a good top 10 bet to me.
Prior to last year, I think exactly what you said is how I felt on Xander. And then he won 2 majors, and it was like, oh shit, like we got to take this guy serious now, because he had been one of those guys that's been in the mix. And on Sunday, it's just kind of like, are you going to go get it, or are you going to just kind of like, we'll shoot like 2 under and I'll take my 4th place finish? And that's kind of what he was doing until last year. He became a new player last year. He took a leap.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff I'm doing is just in terms of form at the Masters and then kind of also recent form. But so I like Xander's form. He's also has a couple top 5 finishes in his last couple tournaments on the circuit. Ryan, you already said it, Oberg. I love Oberg. I just think he's a smooth criminal. He's kind of just like,
he's my guy. I love him.
I know he's a choker on the last day, but I think at this point he's like a safe top 10 bet, especially because he has 3 top 5 finishes also in other tournaments in his last 5, and then he has 2 top 7 finishes in his last 2 Masters, which were his first 2. So I really trust Oberg. Cam Young, I had some buddies with boots on the ground at the Masters this week at the practice rounds. Peter, Joe, Boyle, and Jeff, and they said
Peter's
Cam.
Holy shit! All at Augusta.
They were at the practice rounds. Peter got practice round tickets last year, and then deferred them to this year, and brought all the guys.
Dude, I gotta get in touch with Pete. Holy shit!
Yeah, but he said that Cam Young was hitting the absolute piss out of the ball. They were all just talking about that. So I like Cam Young.
I took Cam Young to win as well.
Yeah, and then some of the guys further down, Akshay, you said it. I like him. Jason Day's a fun one. If you want to throw him in a top 20 parlay, I wouldn't mind it.
I have him. I meant to shout him out. He's in a lot of mine.
I'm a big fan of Jason Day. And then if you go further down, some of the younger guys, I think Goddard.
That's one of the names.
He's in mine as well.
He's gaining.
He's in a couple of mine.
I mean, he's like, I did a pool for the Open last year, right? He's a tier 6 guy. He's up to like a tier 2 guy in terms of odds.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a guy just in good form.
Yeah, he's tier 3 now.
He's a guy you have to mention.
Yeah, so I like Goddard a lot. Yeah, sick last name. And then I had one other. I'm blanking, but I'll let Beck. I'll let you cook, and then if I find it, I'll bring it up. But those are
Goddard up was the big one that I didn't hear until then, and then didn't hear any Sam Burns talk either. How we feel about Sam Burns? Because I feel like he's, for a guy who's way down the ladder in terms of odds, he has a way of creeping his name up a decent amount of the time. Ryan Hunter, how do you feel about Sam Burns? That's the other guy.
Not a fan of Mr. Burns. It's not because of like it's because of the Ryder Cup. Honestly, he shouldn't have been on the Ryder Cup team. His performance in Rome was just abysmal and sad. Honestly, he got on that team because he was Scotty's best friend. His best finish at Augusta is T29. I'm not moved.
You're not moved.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Any more names, Beck?
Not like that I'm going with, but just not hearing any Bryson or mainly Bryson, but also what's his face?
We didn't bring up Bryson at all. How are you guys feeling on Bryson?
And Capco was going to be the other guy just to maybe fucking turn it around finally, but Bryson mainly.
So Bryson, I'm in a weird spot with Bryson. I feel like he's either going to win the tournament or he might miss the cut. I don't think it's going to be like he finishes like 10th. It's not based off anything. It's just a vibes thing. And honestly, he's the third highest in the odds, plus 1,000. And I just think Rahm's a better player, has more experience at Augusta, has played better at Augusta. And I know Bryson's kind of been on fire at Augusta recently.
Yeah, no, that tournament last year felt like his. Like
totally. I mean, you want to talk about shrinking on Sunday.
Yeah.
He shot at 75.
Yeah.
Like he ejected last year. So yeah, Bryson, it's just not one that I'm in on in terms of the betting value, but I could absolutely see him winning it. But I'm not foreseeing a good Masters from Bryson.
One other I forgot that I actually am in on JJ.
JJ Spawn?
Mr. Spawn.
Yeah. He just won a tournament. Didn't he win the Texas Open?
He won the Open.
He had a big win in a major.
He won the US Open last year. He lost in a playoff to Rory at the Players last year. Like he obviously burst onto the scene last year.
He was in the mix.
After kind of a long career of doing just grinding it out on mid-tier tours and stuff like that. He completely changed everything about himself as a golfer last year. The one thing with him is you don't love his history at Augusta, although there's not too much of it. He's only played in it twice. Last year he was 50th, which is pretty disappointing considering he had kind of started playing well last year prior to the Masters. 2022, prior to last year, was the first time he played in it. I believe he finished like 25th around there, I want to say. I think he was like 3 or 4 over, and I believe that was kind of a tough finish at Augusta, like in terms of scoring overall. I think it was down. So okay in 22, bad last year. He was 11 over par last year. Cumulative. He's obviously coming in on good form, but he's had a horrible year, or it had a horrible year this year up until last week. Like I think he only made 2 cuts prior to last week. So I mean, maybe he's found something though.
Yeah. A couple other guys no mention of to this point. I have a couple other guys in tier 5 that I liked. I like Sung Jae Im. He has 3 top 16 finishes at the Masters in the last 4 years.
Yeah, he usually plays
top
well.
4 at the VC a couple weeks ago, and he was 5th last year. So I think him in tier 5 is really good value. His odds are 120 to 1. You throw him in a top 20 parlay. If you're feeling frisky, you get a little more jiggy. But I think he's fun. Max Homa is another guy in that tier 5 that I think
I'd love nothing more than Max to be in the mix.
He needs to get over the mentals, man. That's the thing.
He's had a tough couple of seasons.
Yeah. But those are 2 guys a little bit further down the list that I think are a little cheeky.
But who is your guys pick to win? Like
Rahm.
Ryan's on Rahm.
Rahm would be my pick.
I like Rahm too. I really want it to be Oberg, but I don't trust him at all.
I'm all in on Goddard. Like if I had
to win it,
gun to my head.
Damn, that's a ballsy pick.
Yeah, I think his time is
top 5, 10 golf in the world right now. The one thing I'll say about that is this is his debut at Augusta, and rookies at Augusta typically struggle big time. And I believe the last time
Spieth, right?
Yeah. No, that wasn't his first time. The last time a rookie at Augusta won was like a guy named like Fuzzy in 1970 something.
Fuzzy Zoller won a 3-way playoff against Tom Watson and Ed
When
Snead.
was that?
That's sick, dude. 1979.
Tom Watson.
All right, I'm on
Tom
it.
Watson, what a name. He was around for a while, wasn't he?
Fuck if I know.
I mean, he was a brother that was sticking around like 6-7 years ago, still shooting 2 under at Augusta.
Dude, I can't get over.
Up and him and Fred Couples are T25.
Dude, Fred Couples still out there, sick. Little starter, come on.
Can we get some action on Fred Couples? Make the cut. Oh my God, you can.
Yeah, to make the cut, you definitely can.
Let me see what his odds are to make the cut. Oh my God, plus 270 to make the cut.
Bubba to make the cut.
He's minus
14 last year. That was fun.
He's minus 116.
What is Goddard up to win?
Let me see. I was just looking. He's 43 to 1.
Yeah,
on DraftKings, 4,800.
I mean, if you want value, that's a fun pick. I don't mind, especially like for.
I mean, I like
Masters.
him over the guys he's around. Like the guys he's around is like Siwoo, Hovland, Henley, Spieth, P.
Yeah, Hoppy's.
Although I love P. I love P. I want to shout Bobby Mack too. Another lefty.
Yeah, McIntyre's a good one.
Great putter, great around the greens. Think he could get a little busy. Hideki too. This could be another Hideki year.
What
This
have you
could
been
be
beating the
another
drum?
Hideki year.
Have you been beating the drum for Hideki?
No, I'm not. I haven't like bet him or anything, but I mean, he won in 2021. It wouldn't shock me. Tommy Fleetwood, great, like top
He's not
10
winning.
pick,
Yeah.
but he certainly won't win. He'll backdoor his way into a top 10 though, while never being competitive. Probably.
Mm.
He's a Sunday merchant.
I'm not even. I don't know how I feel about him top 10. Watch, he'll
Is
win now that I say that, though.
Is Louis O in the tournament?
Who?
Louis O?
Oosthuizen.
I thought you said Lily. I was like,
don't
what?
think so.
Louis.
He used to be old reliable.
I'm not seeing his name.
No
God,
worries.
Zach Johnson. Fuck
What about
Beck Johnson.
what about a fun winner pick? What about Spieth?
Fuck
What
no.
about Spieth
It's
just-
not fun.
I mean, I'd
There's
love
nothing.
a
Dusting off-
Spieth one.
To me, there's
He's had
nothing
some
fun
demons.
about him winning.
You don't
There's
like
there's
Spieth?
definitely something fun
Spieth
about
winning
him.
would be awesome.
Nah,
He's been
I'm cool.
cast off. He had the sort of the breakout, and then people were wondering, okay, how many Masters does he go and win now, or how many majors does he go and win? And then he just seemingly falls off a cliff.
Yeah, like
Well, I mean, it fell off a cliff in 2016, Augusta.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
sometimes
saying,
I'm
like-
into a redemption story, but like, I mean,
Four-shot lead going into the back nine, and he made a 7 on 12.
That's what I'm
This brother
saying.
has legitimately
It's a fun
done like
story.
nothing in the last 10 years to like.
But that's why
I mean,
it's fun.
Rory went 10 years without winning a major.
Right. I think he's like
Yeah,
the
but he was in the
Rory-
mix at least. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think Spieth hasn't done anything to like.
I mean,
Or in
Rory
any
had,
confidence.
Rory had a wilderness period for. I mean, he also had some epic major losses like the U.S. Open at Pinehurst.
It's not even just majors though. Like Spieth
British
hasn't like
Open.
won shit, right?
Well, he won the Open a couple years
he has
after
a
he won
couple-
the Masters. And he won the
Yeah,
Open. Didn't he win another one the year he won the Masters too?
I'm saying like since the Masters blow up, like he's probably won like 2 tournaments in total on the tour.
So after he wins the first Masters, he wins the U.S. Open that year. Then the next year has the Augusta collapse,
Yeah.
and then won the
He won the Open,
British Open.
Yeah, in 17.
And then since then, it's been tough sledding for him.
He's-
Then he has won twice.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was too. But he also won a
Valero-
major.
No, I'm saying since the Open.
Okay.
Since his third major, he went 4 years without a win.
Yeah.
I
remember it was dark.
Won the Valero Texas in 21, and then won the RBC in 22.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, dust off the spider webs. You get a fucking Spieth back in the mix. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just trying to see
I
further
love
down.
a Spieth win.
I'm just trying to see like realistic guys further down.
I think my fun picks are kind of like who I already took. I mean, P winning would just like this storyline would be too funny if P won.
He'd be so animated too.
Pushing P.
Akshay, I think that'd be a fun one.
That'd be
Another
a
one
very
is
fun
Min
one.
Woo.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk myself into betting Min Woo because he's been playing incredible right now, but I just can't like trust him on Sunday at Augusta.
Yeah, he doesn't have good Masters finishes.
No, really bad. But he's also been playing better recently than he probably ever has. Also, he's paired with Fred Couples on Thursday.
That's sick. That's
Which
so
like
sick.
what a hilarious pairing of like
Can you imagine
the most
being a fly on the wall for that?
like the most new school golfer. Like he does like the TikTok edits and wears the big Oakleys,
Yeah.
drives it 350 yards, like 200 club speed. So I love that pairing. One of my favorite pairings.
That's sick. Any other guys you guys would like to mention before?
I think
we
we
pop
mentioned
off?
the whole field at this point.
I know. So Beck, who's your winner? Your winner's got her up.
Yeah.
You're planting your flag,
I love it.
and Ryan, you're on Rom.
Yeah, Rom's my pick, and then I would say Fitz and Rose are like my two.
Yeah, I was gonna
somewhat
say.
value plays.
I love the Rose shout.
Yeah,
I would love if Rose won. I would. I mean, losing in 2 playoffs is unbelievably brutal.
yeah, that's really brutal. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. My winner. I was on Rom. If you would have asked me this
Tiger.
morning, I would have said Rom. But I'm gonna, yeah, Tiger Woods. I'm gonna go Oberg. I think he gets
Wow.
past the demons. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah,
he's a young guy.
he's like my favorite golfer right now, aside from Rory. I just love like he plays fast, seems like a good normal person. So I love him. But I had him to win prior to the Players, and it hurt my soul seeing him blow that Sunday lead.
That's
So,
so
I'm
funny.
kind of like not picking him until he
Yeah.
wins one.
Half of golf just comes down to who's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as a fan.
Yeah. It's like he seems like a cool guy. I don't know. I fuck with him.
I honestly, how fast he plays is like 90% of the reason that I enjoy him.
That's also
That's a good
probably
reason to like a guy.
yeah.
Like,
It's also
seriously.
probably part of the reason why he collapses sometimes though. Like,
Yeah, he definitely needs. I mean, he said that. I think he did a interview with Foreplay, and he was like, "Yeah, I probably should have slowed it down a little bit. Like those 4 holes seemed like they happened in like 10 minutes, and then I was 7 back, and I was like, yeah,
yeah.
probably.
Would have been sweet. Yeah.
Give me someone you want to stick your flag on not to win. I'll take
Oh, to not
Bryson.
win.
Yeah, I say
Beck's definitely
Bryson does not win.
I thought you would have said Rory. You so you're
Yeah,
DeChambeau
fair
not to
point.
win.
Yeah, I'll say
Uh
Bryson does not win.
Plant
Yeah,
my
he's a fun
flag
bet to
not
miss the
win.
cut too. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah. He also, I think I saw a stat that it might be, I don't remember the last, what's the last time somebody didn't play in a tournament for 2 weeks leading up to the Masters and won it? Because he hasn't played, I think, in 3 weeks.
probably Tiger 2019. He probably didn't play a tournament before that.
I feel like Tiger's like 2011 UConn, 2014 UConn, where it's just like you just nix him from all the.
just 4 golfers have ever. Oh wait, no, wrong stat. Wrong stat. I don't know. It's going to be tough to find
Yeah, I was gonna say it's so niche.
Yeah,
because like
the
Rahm
internet
and
probably just doesn't
Scheffler-
understand what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Rob
honestly.
you can't
Scheffler
really
and
prompt
Hideki-
it. Oh, here
Yeah.
we go.
Rob Scheffler and Hideki took the week off, but not 2 weeks off. They took
Bubba
1 week
Watson.
off before
Bubba
Augusta.
Watson is the last player to take a full 2 week break immediately before the Masters and go on to win in 2014.
Lots of all time. Bubba from the Pine Strong 10.
Yeah, it's so
Remember that special.
with the visor.
Yeah, but so something to note. Also, Scotty his wife just had a child, so maybe his head's not all there. We don't know. But we've also seen Scotty cook in some bad circumstances.
Yeah.
in the
Also, I
past.
feel like there's more stories of like a child giving you like superpowers as an athlete than
Yeah,
opposed
but
to
also
that.
like golf's weird in a way that like
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
it's different than other sports with your head
His
space.
iron play has been so horrendously, for his standards, his iron play has been so bad, which is typically like his superpower.
He's also Scotty though. At the end of the day,
No, that
like
well, trust me, there's a reason I didn't say Scotty's
yeah,
not gonna win,
I
because
thought
if
about it and then
Scotty
I got
would
scared
not
of saying
be,
it.
Wouldn't be 1% surprised if he won by
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like because when you said that, I was like, I kind of feel like Scotty's.
I was wondering if someone
He
would
hasn't
do it.
played in like 4 tournaments, and he hasn't played well all year essentially. But I don't want to be on the records betting against Scotty Scheffler. It just feels
Yeah, I have
dumb
no
as hell.
idea how he's gonna play. Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of sick. It's like he could just go out there and blow up
Yeah,
and miss the cut, or he
I'm
could
just
be in
staying
the
away
mix.
from him betting just because his
Yeah.
like there's just nothing to bet.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just put a lot of money on his outright win, which I don't have the funds.
Yeah,
for
there's
that.
no value in the Scotty bet.
Yeah,
but
like
yeah.
you're gonna take him top 5 at even odds. Great.
Yeah. So, folks, we have the Masters actually teeing off tomorrow morning. So when this comes out, we'll have golf to watch all day and all night. I think the Masters is one of just like the greatest sporting events to watch. And I'm not even a huge golf guy, but just the fact that it's basically on your TV all day. You can take a break from work every now and then, check in. You have the
Man.
Masters. The Masters app is sick too, like to follow along with.
I'll be taking a break from the Masters to check in on work. Not the other way around.
Let's go.
What a quote.
That is special. But folks, enjoy the Masters. We have NBA playoffs coming up. Enjoy that. Enjoy the end of this regular season, which will be Mickey
Fuck that.
Mouse.
Yeah, and enjoy
We'll have
the
some
last 5
60-point
NBA games too. It's gonna be awesome.
Well,
man.
it will be awesome because you're gonna get Kyle Filipowski 60 burger at some point. But folks, thank you for listening, and we'll be back with 43 before you fucking know it.